rotate, remove. Okay. Maybe phone. It is now. It is now live. See, I can see here.
Can you share the link? Is it allowing you to share the link? We'll propagate now.
Share. Oh, but it is other way?
Other way.
Oh, why?
So
Okay.
it has come, but it is other way. I
The
think the
landscape
screen
mode, Chintan
settings.
asked.
No, it's
See, the landscape mode only. Why is it a problem?
Oh, now it is good?
It's showing me like this. Do you have? Yeah.
No, I think it is coming properly now. Yeah.
Okay, right?
Yes, it is good.
And audio, I don't know.
Yeah.
Hello?
Bharati.
Huh? Okay, good.
Yeah, I think whenever something is displayed, we just turn it a little bit
Yeah.
here and then we will.
That's it.
But when the program is going on, everybody will be covered here, right? Like we don't need to move it back and
Yes.
forth.
So all the way from this thing to that thing.
Yeah.
That's it. This is by default.
Okay.
सुप्रभातम् स्वागतं सर्वेषां कृते अस्माकं केन्द्रस्य संस्कृत भारती अर्वैन् केन्द्रस्य वार्षिकोत्सवस्य कृते स्वागतं। प्रथमम् अहम् अनिरुद्धम् आह्वयामि गणेशश्लोकं वदति।
शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये।
धन्यवादः घोष। इदानीं प्रथमम् अहं दीपप्रज्वलनार्थं प्रथमम् अहं स्मिता भगिनी भारती भगिनी आह्वयामि। कृपया स्मिता भगिनी कृपया भारती भगिनी आनयतु। अस्तु इदानीं किञ्चित् अहम् अस्माकं केन्द्रस्य परिचयं ददामि. अस्माकं केन्द्रम् अत्र यत् वर्तते, I'll first a little bit, if you don't mind, if there are newcomers, I'll probably start with Sanskritam and then move to English for the better reception of this content to the audience. Okay. अस्माकं केन्द्रस्य नाम संस्कृत भारती अर्वैन् केन्द्रम् इति. अर्वैन् इत्युक्ते केवलम् अर्वैन् कृते न. एतद् अस्माकं सदर्न् कैलिफोर्निया ऑरेंज काउंटी कृते सर्वेषां कृते संस्कृतं पठनाय पाठनाय अस्माकं केन्द्रस्य नाम SBIrvine इति एव. अस्माकं केन्द्रं we have a national team in called Sanskrit Bharati organization, and there are several groups which are handling different sections of Sanskrit Bharati activities. It is primarily from the Bay Area, and it has kendrams, about 54 kendrams all across the United States. I'm only talking about the Sanskrit Bharati USA chapter. And so we have a very good team of Karyakartas here supporting all the activities, teaching kids, teaching adults, and having these activities like this, without whom it's very difficult, and as you know, because we are all a voluntary organization, it's very difficult to conduct these kind of activities. So we have a team. We have Bala Sikshana Samyojika Sunita Bhagini. That is only for the namesake. She handles much more than that. Almost all activities she takes care of, making sure they are done properly, coordinating and everything. Thank you. And we have Smita Bhagini, who was the main coordinator for Sanskrit Bharati for a very long time, until very recently. Smita Bhagini and Venkatachalapati. So they both were handling Sanskrit Bharati for so many years. Just both of them were handling it, and now both of them have been helping national team. In Smita Bhagini, for instance, is a primary contact for all the youth activities like college kids, how to engage them in Sanskritam and all those activities. So she is one of the main members of Yuva Gana in the national team. And Venkatachalapati is the Prachara Gana head here for our Kendram, and he's obviously also helping the national team in various activities. So he's mainly in, wherever you see Prachara of Sanskrit Bharati Arvine Kendram, he's leading all those efforts mostly. Thank you. And Shobha Bhagini is our Praudha Sikshana Samyojika. She is the head of all the adult and Saroja Bhagini, I think Saroja Bhagini is not here. She helps the national team with all the online tools what we use for kids, like Schoology and other things. So she is one of the primary contact there. She is helping there. And we have list of lot of other teachers helping in, for example, in kids section, we have Shailaja Bhagini. She has been helping teaching kids for so many years now. She has volunteered to help a program called SAFL, Sanskrit as Foreign Language students. So she is teaching classes there. Probably we'll come to SAFL in few more slides. So we'll get to know more about it. And Shantanu Mahodaya has joined this year to help us teach kids, and Balu Mahodaya is there. Balu Mahodaya has been so helpful taking online classes, even though he is up in Thousand Oaks, Simi Valley area. He makes sure he contributes as much as possible to our Kendram. Thank you, Mahodaya. Thank you for all your help. And Kripa Bhagini is our main teacher for the level 1 kids. She has been very helpful for teaching for a couple of years now. Thank you, Bhagini. And we have SAFL kids also, meaning youth kids, high schoolers and middle school, more than middle, I would say high school kids, who are studying the SAFL program. We already have one kid who has passed the SAFL program and have been helping us. And we have, for instance, Atharv and Somesh here. They have been helping kids learn. Sometimes kids, as you all know, they'll not listen to us very well, right? So when they teach, they're so very well, listening to both of them, and it is so helpful to have young volunteers and karyakartas like both of them, and even the SAFL Chhatra. Ram and Sham have been, I don't call them SAFL anymore, they are like teachers. Ram and Sham, if you don't know, they're Smita Bhagini and Venkatachalapati's kids. They have been teaching, even for adults in classes. I don't call them SAFL Bhagini, sorry. Even though they have learned SAFL, but they are much more helpful than that. Thank you. Yeah, so which and Shivani, right? Shivani is a SAFL graduate. She also has been helping a lot with teaching kids in the classes. So that is our team, and my name is Samir. I also help wherever I can. So this is the team what we have. This is our Samskrita Bharati event team. Just over. Seetaram Mahodaya is also there. I think Seetaram. He's going to come. Okay, fine. I'm sorry. So Seetaram Mahodaya is also adult Praudha Varga teacher. He has recently completed PhD along with Shobha Bhagini. MA, sorry. Let it be, Bhagini. I mean, it will happen. See, it has come automatically, right? Even though you don't. So it will happen. Okay. So we have done a few activities this year with kids and adults. So in the month of September, we have started our classes. It was a very enthusiastic, event. What happened? A lot of people who were interested in Sanskritam joined this year, because this year we had only in-person classes. We were not sure how many would come, how many would not come, but thanks to all the people who have been supporting this Kendram, we had a wonderful year. It was a very good experience to have in-person classes again, and we are, as you all know, going to continue only in person next year also. So this is a picture from our commencement of classes in back in September. We had a lot of new students, new families joining our Kendram to learn. It was a very good experience there. And we also had Gita Jayanti Utsava in December, where kids chanted Bhagavad Gita shlokas, and adults also had some kind of quiz and other activities in this event. We also conducted Ram Mandir Utsava to celebrate the Ram Mandir consecration of Ramlala back in India. So kids presented their videos on saying some sentences about Ram, Sriram, and it was a very good video presentation by all the kids. Thank you all kids, it was wonderful. And adults also had stories of Ramayanam. There's a book, so they also recited stories and recorded stories and recited them. And so this year we had 3 level 1 kids Balavargas. Level 1 Kripa Bhagini has been handling. We have about 9 kids. Level 2 I have been handling. Level 2 we have 3 kids in level 2, and level 3 plus it's kind of combined class. 3 plus we are trying to do because of lack of teachers. But we have a lot of teachers helping there also. So we have about 9 kids. So Sunita Bhagini, Shantanu Mahodaya, Balu Mahodaya, and Atharv, Somesh have been helping the level 3 plus classes. And for Praudha Varga, there's one slide before. No? I think I missed it. Okay, so Praudha Varga, we have about 4 classes we conducted this year. Maybe Mahodaya, if there were other classes, let me know. Smita Bhagini took the Abhyas Pustakam classes here, in-person classes. About 20 adults have been learning. Abhyasa Darshini, Seetaram Mahodaya has been taking online. And these online classes are continuing because of the pre-classes what we had earlier. So it has been continuing. And Gita Sopanam class, the Venkatesh Mahodaya is taking. And Shobha Bhagini is taking Shiksha level classes. These are the bottom 3 are currently online, but going forward all will be in person. And one slide probably. SAFL. SAFL is a program from Samskrita Bharati. It's called Sanskritam as Foreign Language. It's a 3-year online distance learning program for kids 8th to 12th grade onwards who wish to learn Sanskritam. It's an online program. So teachers from across the USA will be teaching kids. So if you have any 8th grader or above in your home, you can enroll them to the SAFL program. It's a very, very well planned and program for especially for kids. They'll be learning a lot in just 3 years. And from our Kendra, as I was saying, we have one SAFL graduate who has passed all the 3 levels, and we have 3 SAFL students now this year who are going through SAFL. Atharv, Somesh, and who's the other one again? Sami. Okay. And we have 5 students. We are expecting them to join SAFL next year from our Kendra. It's a very good accomplishment from our Kendra, I would say.
And today is the last day to register. Anybody, any 8th graders there, today is the last day.
Okay. So registrations for this year have started. It's open. So you all can go to our website, Irvine .samskritabharati irvine@samskritabharati.org, or you can have this thing. You can take a picture of this and you'll be getting the link. So with this, I'd like to call Bhagini to just to introduce the guest, chief guest a little bit, and then we'll just begin with this.
Namaste. I have known Bharati personally in multiple ways. She is my Vaidya too. So officially, I would like to call Shantanu Mahodaya to give an introduction. She is also a friend of mine, and she's been here on time. Prathamam, she was here with all of us. I really appreciate that. Thank you, Bharati.
नमस्ते सर्वेभ्यः नमो नमः। अद्य अहम् अतीव सम्मानितः अस्मि यः अस्माकं मान्य अतिथिं प्रस्तुतं करोमि। डॉक्टर श्रीमती भारती वेंकटाचलपति एकः उत्साही आयुर्वेद चिकित्सकः, वक्ता, शिक्षिका च अस्ति। तस्याः 20 वर्षाणां चिकित्सायाः अनुभवः अस्ति। So she has obtained her bachelor's degree in Ayurvedic medicine, BAMS, from Bhagini University, and she is a fellow in integrative medicine from Academy of Integrative Health and Medicine. She's also certified Vyasa Yoga instructor. So we will learn about her in some time, and I'm personally very impressed about her achievements and her contribution. But we'll talk about it a little later. Thank you.
इदानीम् अहं Atharvam Somesham Ahvayami. Agre Nayantau Parikramam. Prepare. One more. Yes.
नमस्सर्वेभ्यः SBIrvine Varshikotsava प्रति सर्वेभ्यः स्वागतम्। मम नाम सोमेश शर्मा श्री प्रसन्नः।
मम नाम अथर्व।
वेदघोषेण कार्यक्रमम् आरभामहे। We'll now begin the program. एतान् मंचं प्रति आह्वयामि। विश्वनाथ महोदय, सीताराम महोदय, अनीश वशिष्ठ, अपि च अथर्व। धन्यवादः सर्वे महोदयाः।
ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनशृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनं महागणपतये नमः। प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामभित्र्यवतु आनो दिवो बृहतः पर्वतादा सरस्वती यजतागन्तु यज्ञम् हवन् देवी शुजुषाणाभृताची शग्मान्नो वाचमुषती शृणोतु वाग्देव्यै नमः। चरणं पवित्रं विगतं पुराणैयेन भूतस्तरति दुष्कृतानि तेन पवित्रेण शुद्धेन भूता अतिपाप्मानमरातिन्दरेम। श्री सद्गुरु चरणारविन्दाभ्यां नमः। ॐ शन्नो वातः पवतां मातरिश्वाशन्नस्तपतु सूर्यः अहानिशं भवन्तु नः शगुं रात्रिः प्रतिधीयताम् शमुषाणो युच्छतु शमादित्य उदेतु नः शिवा नश्यन्तमा भव सुमृळीका सरस्वती मा देव्यो न सन्दृशी इडायैवास्त्वशिवास्तु मध्वास्तु मन्तो भूयास्ममावास्तोश्चित्स्मह्यवास्तु स भूयाद्योऽस्मान् वेक्ष्यं च वयं द्विष्मः प्रतिष्ठासि प्रतिष्ठावन्तो भूयास्ममा प्रतिष्ठायाश्चित्स्मह्य प्रतिष्ठः स भूयाद्योऽस्मान् वेक्ष्यं च वयं द्विष्मः आवातवाहि भेषजं विवातवाहि यद्रवः त्वगं हि विश्वभेषजो देवानां दूतयीयसे द्वाविमौ वातौ वाता सिन्धोरापरावतः दक्षं मे अन्य आवातु परान्यो वातु यद्रवः यततो वादते गृहे मृतस्य निधिर्हितः ततो नो देहि जीवसे ततो नो देहि भेषजम् ततो नो महावहवादावातु भेषजम् शम्भोर्मयो भूर्नो हृदे प्रणायुगुंशितारिषत् इन्द्रस्य गृहोऽसि तन्त्वा प्रपद्ये स दुःसाश्वः सहयन्मे अस्ति तेन भूः प्रपद्ये भुवः प्रपद्ये सुवः प्रपद्ये भूर्भुवः सुवः प्रपद्ये वायुं प्रपद्ये नातां देवतां प्रपद्ये स्नानमाकणं प्रपद्ये प्रजापतेर्ब्रह्मकोशं ब्रह्म प्रपद्य ॐ प्रपद्ये अन्तरिक्षं उर्वन्तरं बृहदग्नयः पर्वताश्च ययावातः स्वस्त्या स्वस्तिमान्तया स्वस्त्या स्वस्ति मानसानि प्राणापानौ मृत्योर्मापादं प्राणापानौ मामाहासिष्टं मयि मेधां मयि प्रजां मयि अग्निस्तेजो दधातु मयि मेधां मयि प्रजां मयि इन्द्रियं दधातु मयि मेधां मयि प्रजां मयि सूर्यो भ्राजो दधातु ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ
धन्यवादः सर्वे महोदयाः। वेदघोषेण दिव्यं वातावरणं सृष्टम्। अतर्व भवान् कुत्र गच्छति?
अत्रैव अस्मि भोः।
अतर्व भवान् जानाति किं? पुरातनकालात् आरभ्य अस्माकं मन्दिराणि सांस्कृतिककेन्द्राणि इत्युक्ते कल्चरल सेण्टर्स् आसन् इति।
सत्यं सोमेश, नाट्यं संगीतं साहित्यं शिल्पकला इति एतेषां सर्वेषामपि आधारस्तम्भाः मन्दिराणि एव आसन्। यथा श्रीकृष्णः वदति, यत्करोषि यदश्नासि यज्जुहोषि ददासि यत्तपस्यसि कौन्तेय तत्कुरुष्व मदर्पणम्। यदा जनाः सर्वाणि कार्याणि भगवदर्पणबुद्ध्या कुर्वन्ति स्म, परमात्मनः निवेदनरूपेण सर्वाणि कार्याणि कृतानि तैः। Whatever you do as an offering to Sri Krishna. कियती सुन्दरी जीवनकल्पना।
अद्यत्वेऽपि मन्दिराणि नाट्यसङ्गीतादिकलानां मुख्यकेन्द्राणि सन्ति। पश्यतु, एतम् अस्माकं वार्षिकोत्सवमपि गायत्रीमन्दिरस्य सभाङ्गणे आचरामः। आवाम् अद्यतनस्य कार्यक्रमस्य निर्वहणं मन्दिराणां परिचयेन कुर्मः।
आवां भारते स्थितानां प्रमुखमन्दिराणां तथ्यानि कथयावः। आवाभ्यां कस्य मन्दिरस्य परिचयः दत्तः इति भवन्तः ऊहं कुर्वन्तु। यथाचारं प्रथमं देवपूजनदृष्ट्या आचर्यमाणः अयं कार्यक्रमः अबाधितः भवतु इति निवेदयामः। सोमेश, भवान् चतुर्धामयात्रां जानाति किम्? सनातनधर्म अस्याः यात्रायाः महत्त्वम् अस्माकं ग्रन्थेषु उल्लिखितमस्ति। Would anyone like to say which are the Chardhams as a part of Chardham Yatra? This is targeted more towards children, but does anybody know?
The 4 Chardhams.
सोमेश, भवान् अपि वदतु।
यमुनोत्री, गंगोत्री, केदारनाथ, बद्रीनाथ च किल?
सम्यक् एव, परन्तु सा लघ्वी चतुर्धामयात्रा।
अवगतम्। बद्रीनाथः इति एतस्य स्थानस्य नाम कथं जातम् इति जानाति किम्? Does anyone know where the name Badrinath originated from? Atharv, भवान् जानाति किम्?
किञ्चिदेव जानामि, भवान् किं जानाति तस्य विषये?
इदानीं शिबिरगीतं शृणुमः, तदनन्तरम् अहं वदामि।
अस्तु, दीपिका भगिनीं, सरोजा भगिनीं, सिरि भगिनीं, शैलजा भगिनीं च शिबिरगीतं गातुम् आह्वयामि। Shibirageetam is a song picked for the year and typically written by some of our most creative karyakartas. This year's Shibirageetam is written by Vidwan G. Mahabaleshwar Bhatt Mahodaya. This song will be sung in every Samskrita Bharati Karyakrama across the world this year.
संस्कृतेन पाठनं संस्कृताय जीवनं संस्कृतेन पाठनं संस्कृताय अर्पणम् संस्कृतेन पाठनं संस्कृताय जीवनं संस्कृतेन पाठनं संस्कृताय अर्पणम् एकैकपदमपि निक्षिपाम तत्पथे प्रत्यूह कंटकम् उत्खनाम तत्पदे एकैकपदमपि निक्षिपाम तत्पथे प्रत्यूह कंटकम् उत्खनाम तत्पथे लक्ष्यमुन्नतं तदा प्राप्नुयाम तत्पथे संस्कृतेन पाठनं संस्कृताय जीवनं संस्कृतेन पाठनं संस्कृताय अर्पणम् चिन्तितं व्रतमिदम् आचराम जीवने स्वीकृतं व्रतमिदं न त्यजाम जीवने चिन्तितं व्रतमिदम् आचराम जीवने स्वीकृतं व्रतमिदं न त्यजाम जीवने परजनैरपि व्रतं पालयाम जीवने संस्कृतेन पाठनं संस्कृताय जीवनं संस्कृतेन पाठनं संस्कृताय अर्पणम् संस्कृतेन चिन्तनं मानसोल्लासनं संस्कृतेन लेखनं सर्वकार्यसाधनम् संस्कृतेन चिन्तनं मानसोल्लासनं संस्कृतेन लेखनं सर्वकार्यसाधनम् संस्कृतेन भाषणं भरतवर्षभूषणं संस्कृतेन पाठनं संस्कृताय जीवनं संस्कृतेन पाठनं संस्कृताय अर्पणम् संस्कृतेन पाठनं संस्कृताय अर्पणम् संस्कृतेन पाठनं संस्कृताय अर्पणम्
धन्यवादः भगिन्यः। कियत् प्रेरकं गीतं, सुमधुरगानं च। यथा पूर्वमुक्तवान्, बद्रीनाथक्षेत्रं विष्णोः स्वयंभूमूर्तिरूपं। श्रीमन्नारायणः शालिग्रामशिलारूपेण अत्र स्वयम् उद्भूतः। बद्रीनाथक्षेत्रस्य विषये अनेकाः कथाः सन्ति। अस्य मन्दिरस्य स्थापनं देवर्षिणा नारदेन कृतं। कालेन तत् शिथिलं जातम्। श्री आदिशंकराचार्यः बद्रीनाथ मन्दिरस्य पुनरुत्थानं कृतवान्।
सत्यं, बद्रीनामकः कश्चन ऋषिः घोरतपसा श्री महाविष्णोः अनुग्रहं प्राप्य विष्णोः नित्यसान्निध्यं याचते स्म। तं श्रीमन्नारायणः बद्रीक्षेत्रम् आनीतवान्। अतः अस्य क्षेत्रस्य नाम बद्रीनाथः इति जातम्। What we refer to today as Jujube tree, today, or what is referred to as Badri Vrakshaha in Sanskrit.
उत्तमं। भवान् वृक्षप्रजातेः विषये बोधितवान्। इदानीं गौतम-भरद्वाज-कक्षयोः छात्राः फलानां शाकानां च नाम्नां परिचयं कारयन्ति।
मधुकर्कटीकालिङ्गं नारिकेलं कर्पूरं मधुकर्कटीकालिङ्गं मधुकर्कटीकालिङ्गम् आयातुरे सर्वे विपणिर्मायातुरे आयातुरे आयातुरे सर्वे विपणिर्मायातुरे
उत्तममस्ति
धन्यवादालु मम नाम अनिरुद्धः मम नाम कविः मम नाम बिहु मम नाम आद्या मम नाम अवाना
आयातुरे सोमेशायातुरे नमोऽयं कालः आयातुरे।
धन्यवादः गौतम भरद्वाज कक्षायाः छात्राः। पश्यन्तु भवन्तः सर्वे उत्तमरीत्या गीत्वा अथर्वं प्रेरितवन्तः। Atharv is also singing because of you guys now. यथा भवान् उक्तवान् भोजनस्य समयः न जातः परन्तु भोजनस्य विषये चिन्तनस्य समयः प्राप्तः।
एवं भोजनस्य विषये का चिन्ता?
वयं यत् खादामः शरीरे मनसि च तस्य प्रभावस्य चिन्तनम् आवश्यकम्।
अस्तु तर्हि जमदग्नि कक्षायाः छात्राः रोचकरीत्या आयुर्वेदस्य चिन्तनं प्रदर्शयन्ति। पश्यामः, आगच्छन्तु।
Hello.
बालाः आगच्छन्तु मातामह्याः गृहं गच्छामः। माताभिः अस्मभ्यं चित्वा चाकलेहं ददाति किं? माताभिः आयुर्वेदवैद्या, तस्याः गृहे नो जङ्क् फुड्। मातः वयम् आगतवन्तः। आगच्छन्तु उपविशन्तु। भवत्यौ किं कुरुतः? शालायां बालान् पाठयितुं पाठ्योपकरणानि रचयावः। एवं किम्? उत्तमा योजना। एतान् बालान् अपि किञ्चित् महत्त्वम् आयुर्वेदज्ञानं बोधयतु मातः। भवतु बालाः का सन्ते? प्रथमं कषायं पालयामि। कषायं मास्तु। एतत् प्रथमं पिबन्तु। अनघे एतैः बालैः दोषत्रयनामयुक्ताः टोपिकाः धारयन्तु। अस्तु, अत्र आगच्छन्तु। एतत् किं? वट? कन्नडभाषायां ये जनाः बहु वदन्ति तान् वट मातार्तने इति वदन्ति। इत्युक्ते talkative person. शृण्वन्तु। भवान् पित्तः, भवान् कफः, भवान् वातः, एतत् स्वास्थ्यम्। यावत् भवन्तः संतुलिताः सन्ति तावत् स्वास्थ्यं सम्यक् भवति। एतत् स्वास्थ्यं कथम्? पश्यतु मातः, एतेभ्यः कथम् आयुर्वेदज्ञानं दातव्यम्? निराशतया अलं लघवः बालाः ते। इदानीम् अपि जानाति। बाल्यकाले ज्ञातवती किम्? भवतु नित्यं शयनात् पूर्वम् ॐ भगवते धन्वन्तर्ये नमः इति जपन्तु। अस्तु मातः, तथैव करोमि। इदानीं गच्छामः। पुनर्मिलामः। अस्तु, पुनर्मिलामः। ओम भगवते धन्वन्तरे नमः। ओम भगवते धन्वन्तरे नमः। ओम भगवते धन्वन्तरे नमः। ओम भगवते धन्वन्तरे नमः। अहं शालाख्यतन्त्र चरकसंहितातः मम ज्ञानं लभ्यते। आधुनिककाले जनाः माम् ENT and ophthalmology इति वदन्ति।
अहं कायचिकित्सा चरकसंहितातः मम ज्ञानं लभ्यते। आधुनिककाले जनाः मां जनरल मेडिसिन इति वदन्ति।
अहं भूतविद्या चरकसंहितातः मम ज्ञानं लभ्यते। आधुनिककाले जनाः मां माइक्रोबायोलॉजी इति वदन्ति।
अहं कौमारभृत्यं चरकसंहितातः मम ज्ञानं लभ्यते। आधुनिककाले जनाः मां पीडियाट्रिक्स् इति वदन्ति।
अहम् आगततन्त्र
चरकसंहितातः मम ज्ञानं लभ्यते आधुनिककाले जनाः मां टॉक्सिकोलॉजी इति वदन्ति अहं वाजीकरणतन्त्रं चरकसंहितातः मम ज्ञानं लभ्यते आधुनिककाले जनाः मां विरिलिटी थेरपी इति वदन्ति
अहं रसायनतन्त्र चरकसंहितातः मम ज्ञानं लभ्यते आधुनिककाले जनाः मां रिजुविनेशन् थेरपी इति वदन्ति सर्वे मामेव इच्छन्ति
अहं शल्यतन्त्रम् आधुनिककाले जनाः मां सर्जरी इति वदन्ति अहं धन्वन्तरी प्रसादः सुश्रुतसंहितातः मम ज्ञानं लभ्यते
What's the craziest dream?
किमर्थम् उत्थितवन्तः भवन्तः
वयं विचित्रं स्वप्नं दृष्टवन्तः त्रयः अपि समानं स्वप्नं दृष्टवन्तः
आयुर्वेदस्य अङ्गानि यक्षरूपं धृत्वा स्वप्ने स्वपरिचयं वदन्ति स्म आयुर्वेदः कीदृशः विस्तृतः अस्ति अहं न ज्ञातवान् एव
अहम् आयुर्वेदाध्ययनं कर्तुम् इच्छामि
भवन्तः भगवतः धन्वन्तरी अनुग्रहं प्राप्तवन्तः
भगवते धन्वन्तरे नमः धन्यवादः
मम नाम अनघा
मम नाम व्योमः
मम नाम अर्जुनः
मम नाम नरेन्द्रः
मम नाम विहा
मम नाम आरुषि
मम नाम साक्षी
मम नाम शान्ति मम नाम आहना
उत्तममस्ति सुन्दरमस्ति
कियत् सम्यक् प्रदर्शितम् आयुर्वेदस्य विस्तारस्य विषये मम जिज्ञासा जागरिता इदानीं
मम अपि अस्माकं शास्त्रे अपि भोजनस्य विषये ज्ञानं दत्तम्
आम् भगवद्गीतायाः 17 अध्याये श्रीकृष्णः सात्विकभोजनस्य विवरणं ददाति
एवं वा श्लोकं वदतु कृपया अहं श्रोतुम् इच्छामि
अत्र बहवः बालाः सम्यक् गीतापारायणं कुर्वन्ति I know a lot of you have learned the Bhagavad Gita. Can one of you tell me which shloka describes the qualities of food and what type of person is drawn to which type of food? Etaha shlokaha shraddhatra vibhaga yoge santi.
Does anyone know?
Keti. अस्तु अहमेव वदामि आयुस्सत्त्वबलारोग्य सुखप्रीतिविवर्धनाः रस्या स्निग्धा स्थिरा हृद्या आहाराः सात्विकप्रियाः कट्वं ललवणात्युष्णतीक्ष्णरूक्षविदाहिनः आहारा राजसस्येष्टा दुःखशोकामयप्रदाः यातयामं गतरसं पूतिपर्युषितं च यत् उच्छिष्टमपि चामेध्यं भोजनं तामसप्रियम्
बहु सम्यक् कथमेतत् सर्वं स्मर्तव्यम्
सत्यं सर्वं पालितुं न शक्यते प्रायः न्यूनातिन्यूनं युक्ताहारविहारस्य युक्तचेष्टस्य कर्मसु युक्तस्वप्नावबोधस्य योगो भवति दुःखः have balanced food ahara recreation vihara activity or work cheshta dreams swapna and wakefulness avabodha
गीतायां सर्वेषाम् आस्था अस्ति परन्तु गीतायाः वक्ता श्रीकृष्णस्य नगरी का इति के वक्तुम् इच्छन्ति? Does anyone know where the ancient city of Dwarka is? Does anyone know what the word Dwarka means? Narendra? Door. Good job. Atharv, Bhavan?
यथा भवान् उक्तवान् द्वार इत्युक्ते डोर् परन्तु का इत्युक्ते मुक्तिः सो अत्र अतः द्वारकापुरी मोक्षपुरी इत्यपि वदन्ति श्रीकृष्णस्य द्वारिका समुद्रे निमग्ना The ancient city of Dwarka is submerged under ocean, and in 1980 excavations conducted by Archaeological Survey of India under S.R. Rao proved the existence of the ancient city of Dwarka and also verified the timelines through carbon dating to match the timelines specified in Mahabharata.
अस्माकं प्राचीनज्ञानभण्डारं समुद्रौ गभीरं भोजनस्य विषये पुनः पुनः चर्चयित्वा अहं बुभुक्षितः इदानीं
न भोक्तं कालः आयातु रे परन्तु पातुं शक्नुमः
अस्तु तावत् जलमेव पिबाव
ततः अधिकमेव प्राप्स्यसि
एवं तर्हि विलम्बः किमर्थं कस्य प्रतीक्षा
जमदग्नि कक्षायाः छात्राणां प्रतीक्षा आयुर्वेद जिज्ञासवः छात्राः अस्माभ्यां पचन्ति
स्वादुपानकं पीत्वा अहं प्राणसम्पन्नः अस्मि।
तर्हि चतुर्धामयात्रां परोक्षतया समापयामः।
निश्चयेन अग्रिमतीर्थक्षेत्रं तु मह्यम् अतीव रोचते।
पूरीनगरे स्थितः जगन्नाथदेवालयः खलु?
आम्, तस्य विस्मयकराणि तथ्यानि माम् उत्साहयन्ते।
सत्यं, मन्दिरस्य शीर्षध्वजः वातस्य विपरीतम् उड्डयते। The flag on the temple top flutters in direction opposite to the wind.
वर्षे कस्मिन् अपि समये मन्दिरस्य छाया भूमौ न पतति। Throughout the year, at any time of the day, you can never see a shadow of the temple anywhere.
अत्र पचनविधानम् अपि विलक्षणम् अस्ति. There is a very unique way of cooking daily prasadam. Stacked earthen pots are used and the topmost pot gets cooked first.
भवान् पुनः मम ध्यानं भोजनं प्रति नयति। तस्मात् पूर्वं रामेश्वरं गच्छामि।
अस्तु, रामेश्वरलिङ्गं 12 ज्योतिर्लिङ्गेषु अन्यतमम्. Rameshwaram is one of the 12 Jyotirlingas and was consecrated by Lord Rama before heading to Lanka to kill Ravana.
रामेश्वरः इति समासघटितं पदमस्ति। तस्य विग्रहवाक्यस्य विषये पुराणे काचित् रोचका कथा अस्ति। There's a very interesting story about Ramaha as a samasa-ghatitam.
मिलित्वा कथयावः।
आम्, यदा रामः अस्मिन् क्षेत्रे स्थितस्य ज्योतिर्लिङ्गस्य प्राणप्रतिष्ठां विधाय रामेश्वरः इति नाम दत्तवान्। तदा नारदः तत् नाम किं सूचयति इति रामं पृच्छति स्म।
रामः रामस्य ईश्वरः रामेश्वरः इति उक्तवान्। हरिं सर्वोत्तमः इति भजन् नारदः उत्सुकतया शिवं तम् एव प्रश्नं पृच्छति स्म। तदा शिवः रामः ईश्वरः यस्य सः रामेश्वरः इति अवदत्। अन्ते नारदः ब्रह्माणं पृच्छति। तदा ब्रह्मा रामः एव ईश्वरः अस्ति इति उक्तवान्।
अति अद्भुता कथा, मनोहरी भाषा च।
Basically, Narada wants to know why one of the Jyotirlingas, Rameshwara, has the name Rameshwara. When he asks Rama, Rama says, Ramasya Ishwara, Rameshwara. So, whoever is Rama's Ishwara, that is who Rameshwara is. Then when Narada goes and asks Shiva why it's called Rameshwara, then Shiva says, Ramaha Ishwara, yasya saha Rameshwara. This means whose Ishwara is Rama. That is who Rameshwara is. Then at the end, when Narada goes and asks Brahma, Brahma simply says, Rama is Ishwara.
अन्ततं वयं कथं ज्ञातुं शक्नुमः अतः एवम् एषा भाषा देवभाषा आवाभ्यां सह एतां सुखदां यात्रां कृतवतः भवतः सर्वान् प्रति आवां कृतज्ञः. We would like to thank Prem Radhapandi Mahodaya from Rashtriya Gana for his support for the Bala Karyakramaha. We are grateful for all of you for joining us in this delightful journey of the Char Dham Yatra. Dhanyavada. इदानीं विरमाम नो चेत् दर्शिकाः स्वपन्ति.
के अस्माभिः उक्तान् विषयान् सम्यक् श्रुतवन्तः इति अनया लघुक्रीडया स्पष्टीभविष्यति.
हितस्विनीम् आरुषीम् अहनाम् अनगां च मञ्चं प्रति आह्वयामि. Let's have some fun with a pop quiz.
What you'll see next is a result of research and project-based learning activity done by these students.
Okay, so we have a pop quiz of 26 questions. Anaga and Arushi are going to ask the questions first, and whoever gets the right answer will get a chocolate. And it's a multiple choice answer, so you have to say the right letter. So question number 1. For how long has Ayurveda been in practice? A, 5,000 years, B, 2,000 years, C, 3,000 years, or D, 4,000 years?
Ekam.
No.
Yes. 5,000.
That is correct.
Question 2. Which two root words can best describe Ayurveda and Veda? A. Herbs and spirituality. B. Earth and medicine. C. Life and wisdom. D. Purity and devotion.
Okay, yes.
C, life and wisdom.
That is correct. And for your information, adults can also participate in this. So, yeah.
We'll need a bigger chocolate then.
Question number 3. Which of the following is not a dosha? A. Vata, B. Hatha, C. Pitta, and D. Kapha. Yes, the one in the yellow. 3. Two. Yes.
Question 4. What are the qualities of kapha? A. Oily, dull. C. B. Dry, damp. C. Rigid, opaque. D. Colossal and sharp.
It's
No. A.
the one in the back. Wait, it is. Yes,
Yeah.
that is the right answer. Next question. Which of the following should you limit in order to keep your pitta in balance? A. Dairy and wheat. B. Moderate exercise. C. Time outdoors. Or D. Salty foods.
Ekam. Dve. Trini. Chattvari. Pancha.
No, that's not the
Sapta. Ashta. Nava. Dasha.
D. D is D. Yes.
Okay.
Question please.
Question 5. This is multiple choice for 2. What's recommended for all doshas? A. Eat 2/3 to 3/4 of your capacity until you feel full but not stuffed. B. Taking a shower after eating a small meal. C. Avoid eating multiple meals in a row. D. Eat faster for better digestion, and make sure to drink plenty of water in between.
And this is so nice. Over there. Yes, that is correct. Next question. All of the following options are causes of the term ama, which means toxin accumulation in body, except A. Incompatible foods, B. Exercising after a meal, C. Eating late at night, or D. Packaged and processed foods.
Ekam, dve, trini, chatra,
Yes.
pancha,
The one in the red?
sapta, ashta,
7? No. Yeah, that's right. It was A, incompatible foods.
Question A. All of the following are dhatus except A. Rakta, B. Macha, C. Mamsu, D. Karnu.
That is the right answer. D. Karnu. Question number 9. Good digestion and appetite can lead to A. Agni, B. Imbalance, C. Sama Agni, or D. Vata imbalance. Everybody just shout out there. C! That is correct. Okay.
Question 10. Which season correlates to Kapha? A. Summer. B. Late winter and spring. C. Fall and early winter. D. Autumn.
Next question, please. Okay. Which dosha does the time of day 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. correlate to? A. Vata, B. Pitta, C. Kapha, or D. Hatha? No. Hey. No.
Question 12. Which of the following is an example of a popular Ayurvedic medication? A. Majgi, B. Ginseng tea, C. Clove and honey tea, D. CCF tea.
Next question. Okay. How many glasses of water is recommended to keep your kapha balanced? A. 6 to 7 glasses. B. 4 to 5 glasses. C. 5 to 6 glasses. Or D. 3 to 4 glasses. No. B. No. Guys, sorry for the confusion. I'm gonna put the wrong answers on here. Next question. Okay, question 14. Four matha established by Adi Shankaracharya. Which matha is located near Badrinath? A. Govardhana matha. B. Joshi matha. C. Shringeri Sharada or D. For Shankar. What is not the purpose of determining a Ghosha? A. Understanding oneself better. B. Finding out more about being in balance. C. Learning about what can disrupt balance. D. Finding out what exercise types work best for your certain body Question 16. Hot sulfur water springs are located near Badrinath temple. Idol of Badri was recovered from one such kunda. Which famous sutra was created near this kunda? A. Narada Bhakti Sutra. B. Yoga Sutra. C. Brahma Sutra. Or D. Sansya Sutra. No.
Oh, please. It's C. What, huh?
Yes. A. Narada Bhakti Sutra.
Yeah, it's going.
True or false? The practice or use of Ayurvedic medications can cause negative side effects. A. True. B. False. The one in red. Yeah. False. Yes, that is correct. B. False. Question 18. Which river flows near the Dwarka temple in Gujarat? A. Saraswati. B. Gomati. C. Narmada. And D. Sindhu. Yes, that is correct.
No, thanks.
Next question. Who is believed to have created the original Dwarka temple? A. Uddhava. B. Vasudeva. C. Krishna's grandson Vishwanath. D. Krishna. No. C. C. Yes. C. Krishna's grandson Question 20. Varga temple has two entrances. What are their names? A. Pratama and Dvitiya. B. Balarama and Subhadra. C. Moksha and Swarga. And D. Mukhya and Upamukhya.
C. C there.
C. Yes. The answer is Mukhya Atithi.
I said C. Okay,
Ratha Yatra starts at Jagannath Temple and ends at which temple? A. Ganesha Temple. B. Loknath Temple. C. Markandeshwar Temple. D. Shri Gundichi Temple. C. Yes. Markandeshwar Temple. Oh wait, D. Shri Gundichi Temple. Who said D?
Somebody said Gundichi. Someone said Gundichi.
You save it for you.
Question 22. Four matha established by Adi Shankaracharya. Which matha is included? A. Govardhana Matha. B. Joshi Matha. C. Shringeri Shailaja or D. Jyotir Matha.
Yes, the answer is A. Govardhan Matha. Main entrance to the Jagannath Temple is Sinhadwar, guarded by two enclosing stone lines. What are the other three gates called? A. Prathama Dvitiya Tritiya. B. Hasti Ashwa Vyaghra. C. Moksha Svarga Bhumi. D. Mukhya Upamukhya Pramukhya. Yes, the answer is B. Hasti Ashwa Vyaghra.
Okay, question 24. Rameshwaram is located on which island? A. Andaman Island. C.
Yes, C. Pamban Island. Ramanatha Swami Temple features three corridors. First is oldest and houses main murti. What is in the second one? Yes.
A. 100.
Yes, A. 108 Shiva Lingas and Ganesh Murti.
Question 26. Ramanatha Swami Temple's third corridor features how many pillars?
B. No, the answer is B. 1,212 pillars. Also the longest pillar corridor.
That's right.
Mama Nama Hitas.
Mama Nama Anukha.
Mama Nama Arush.
Mama Nama Ahana.
Please give a big round of applause.
ಏನು ಏನೇನು ಕೃಪಾ ಭಗಿನಿ ಆಲ್ಗೋ
Hari Om. Hari Om. Everybody here? Samskrita Bharati's first animation movie. You will see a trailer today. And this is Sri Satyanarayana Katha. Samskrita Bharati has released first animation movie. The first premiere happened last month. So you're going to see an introduction and also we'll see a trailer. And most importantly, today we will see a live show of Satyanarayana Katha. Our intention is to play Satyanarayana Katha in every mandir in LA area. So I'm looking for help from all of you. We will do a premiere in every mandir here and everybody's home. After that, we will release the movie in Amazon Prime. So it will be available in Amazon Prime. But we want to give opportunity for people to play in their homes and in mandir. So please contact me if you want to play in your home. Do a Satyanarayana Puja, or if you want to do it in a mandir. Before, let's start the introduction.
वयं तु सर्वत्र अन्वेषणं कृतवन्तः अस्माकं प्रतिवेशिगृहे सत्यनारायणपूजा भवति स्म वयं तत्र गतवन्तः पूजा समाप्य प्रसादमपि स्वीकृतवन्तः अस्तु अत्र अस्ति प्रसादः भवन्तः अपि स्वीकुर्वन्तु
अस्तु परन्तु कोऽयं सत्यनारायणः
भवान् न जानाति किं चिन्ता मास्तु सत्यनारायणकथाम् अधिकृत्य निर्मितं चलच्चित्रं पश्यामः अनन्तरं कदाचित् पश्यामः
अधुना एव पश्यामः भक्त्या श्रद्धया कोऽपि जनाः इष्टं फलं प्राप्नोति इति चलच्चित्रे निरूपितमस्ति
यथा सर्वे अवगन्तुं शक्नुवन्ति तथा संस्कृतभारत्या संस्कृतेन एतत् चलच्चित्रं निर्मितमस्ति श्री सत्यनारायणाय नमः
पुरा उल्कामुखा नामा राजा आसीत् सः सत्यव्रतः विष्णुभक्तः च प्रतिदिनं मन्दिरं गत्वा ब्राह्मणेभ्यः सश्रद्धं दानं करोति स्म। तस्य पत्नी अपि सुशीला भक्ता च आसीत्। एकदा राजा उल्कामुखः भद्रशिला नदीतीरे श्री सत्यनारायण पूजां करोति स्म। तदा साधु नामकस्य वणिजः नौकया तस्य समीपे आगच्छत्। साधुः नौकातः अवतीर्य राज्ञः समीपं सादरम् उपागतः।
नमस्करोमि राजन्। भवान् अत्र श्रद्धया भक्त्या च किं करोति इति मम जिज्ञासा।
हे मणि, अहं सन्तानहीनः। सत्पुत्र प्राप्त्यर्थं श्री सत्यनारायण व्रतम् आचरामि। तदनुसारेण एतां पूजां करोमि।
नन्वेवम् अहमपि सन्तानहीनः। अहमपि श्री सत्यनारायणस्य पूजां कर्तुम् इच्छामि।
साधु साधु व्रतविधानं बोधयामि। ध्यायेत् सत्यं गुणातीतं गुणत्रयसमन्वितं ॐ सत्यनारायणाय नमः।
अनुगृहीतोऽस्मि। लीलावती, अयि लीलावती।
ओ शोभनमार्यं पाद्यम् अर्घ्यं च आनयामि।
अद्य राजा उल्कामुखः भद्रशीला नदीतीरे श्री सत्यनारायणस्य पूजां सन्तानप्राप्त्यर्थं करोति स्म। तत्र तेन सह मिलितवान्। सः मामपि तां पूजाविधिं बोधितवान्।
आवयोः सौभाग्यं। तर्हि आवां कदा सत्यनारायणपूजां कुर्वः?
यदा सन्तानप्राप्तिः भविष्यति तदा करिष्यामः। इदानीं भोजनं परिवेशयतु।
भवतु, आगच्छ पाकशालाम्।
केषाञ्चित् मासानाम् अनन्तरं लीलावती सुन्दरीं पुत्रीं प्रसूतवती। कलावती इति तस्याः नामधेयम्।
पश्यतु स्वामी, भगवतः कृपया आवां गृहे कलावती आगत्य अस्माकं जीवनं प्रफुल्लितवती। इदानीं सत्यनारायणपूजां कुर्वः किम्?
अयि, इदानीं तु सा लघ्वी बालिका। अत्र भवती तस्याः पोषणे निरता। अहमपि वाणिज्ये व्यापृतः। यदा तस्याः विवाहः भविष्यति तदा वैभवेन करिष्यामः। का हि त्वरा?
भवतु नाम।
गच्छता कालेन कलावती वर्धमाना सुन्दरी युवती सञ्जाता। साधुः पुत्र्या विवाहं साडम्बरं कारितवान्। किन्तु तदा अपि श्री सत्यनारायण पूजा साधुना न अनुष्ठिता। पूर्वकृतं पूजा संकल्पं विस्मृतवान्। अनेन कुपितः श्री सत्यनारायणः तं शप्तवान्। एकदा साधुः जामात्रा सह वाणिज्यार्थं रत्नसार नगरं गतवान्।
चन्द्रकेतोः रत्नसारपुरं बृहत् अस्ति। अटित्वा श्रान्तः अस्मि। आगच्छ, अत्र वृक्षछायायाम् उपविशामि।
तदा राजभवने चौर्यं कृत्वा धावन्तः चोराः साधोः अभिमुखम् आगच्छन्ति। तेषां पृष्ठतः राजभटाः अनुधावन्ति। साधोः समीपे चौर्यवस्तूनि पातयित्वा चोराः पलायन्ते।
कियत् धैर्यं! चौर्यं कृत्वा आनन्देन विश्रान्तिं कुरुतः। गच्छतां कारागारम्।
अहं मणिक्, एषः मम जामातः। चोराः एतानि वस्तूनि अत्र क्षिप्त्वा तस्यां दिशि धावितवन्तः।
आहाहा, का हीरेते कथा। बता, न केवलं चौर्य करोषि, असत्यमपि भणसि। अनेन कारागारवासः नूनं वर्गते। गच्छताम्।
श्री सत्यनारायणस्य माया साधो वा जामातु वा वचनं न शृणोति। राजा तौ कारागारं प्रेषयति।
कलावती उत्तिष्ठ! कलावती उत्तिष्ठ! गृहे चौर्यं सञ्जातम्। प्रायः पतिमहाशयौ गृहे न स्तः इति ज्ञात्वा चोरः आगतवन्तः। चौर्यं जातं, सर्वं नष्टं। किं कुर्मः?
अहो मातः, पश्य मम स्वर्णपेटिका अपि गता। कथं जीवेम? हा हन्त, अधुना का गतिः?
विना धनं तयोः जीवनम् अतीव कष्टकरं भवति। एकस्मिन् दिने कलावती भोजनार्थं बहिः अटति।
भवती भिक्षां देहि भवती भिक्षां देहि कियत् मम दौर्भाग्यं राजकुमारी इव आसम् इदानीं तु मुष्टिमात्रम् अन्नमपि न प्राप्नोमि मम पादयोः शक्तिः क्षीणा हे भगवन् अस्य गृहस्य पुरतः उपविशामि
तदा तस्मिन् गृहे श्री सत्यनारायण पूजा विधीयते स्म बहिः उपविश्य सा कलावती पूजा प्रवर्तनं शृणोति पूजानन्तरं गृहस्वामिनी बहिः आगच्छति
पुत्री का भवति अतिश्रान्ता लक्ष्यसे अम्बा नमः कलावती अस्मि भोजनार्थं चिरकालं अटन्ति श्रान्ता अस्मि सद्य एव अपसरामि अयि पुत्री तिष्ठ तिष्ठ वयं श्री सत्यनारायणं पूजितवन्तः पूजा प्रसादं स्वीकुरु स्वयं भगवान् मार्गे कल्पयति कृपया मम मात्रे अपि प्रसादं ददातु अवश्यं पुत्री स्वीकरोतु
कलावती प्रसादं स्वीकृत्य स्वगृहं गच्छति
कलावती कुत्र गतवती सायंकालः सञ्जातः इदानीं पर्यन्तं गृहे न प्रत्यागता इति चिन्ताक्रान्तासम्
चिन्ता मास्तु मातः कुत्रचित् श्री सत्यनारायण पूजाम् आसीत् सत्यनारायण प्रसादं स्वीकुरु
ओहो इदानीं स्मरामि भवत्याः जननात् पूर्वं तव पिता अहं च श्री सत्यनारायण पूजां कुर्वः इति सङ्कल्पं कृतवन्तौ परन्तु न कृतवन्तौ प्रायः एतदेव अस्माकं पतनस्य कारणं स्यात्
चिन्ता मास्तु मातः अहं पूजाविधिं ज्ञातवती वयमपि पूजां करिष्यामः
लीलावती पुत्र्या सह सत्यनारायण पूजां करोति सन्तुष्टः श्री सत्यनारायणः चन्द्रकेतोः स्वप्ने आगत्य साधु जामातरं च कारागारात् विमोचयितुम् आज्ञापयति
ओ अनेक क्षमस्या मम अपराधं अपराधं अहं निर्दोषौ त्वां तव जामातरं कारागृहे बन्धवान् भवतः ह्यः श्री सत्यनारायण मम स्वप्ने आगत्य मम अपराधं सूचितवान् भवतः धनं वस्त्राणि स्वीकृतं सन्तोषेण स्वगृहं गच्छति
साधुः तस्य जामाता च आनन्देन स्वगृहं प्रति प्रस्थितः
हे मुनि साधोः कथा इतोपि अस्ति अहम् अग्रे अनुवर्तयामि
अस्तु मुनिः
साधुः महाराजात् धनं वस्त्राणि उपायनानि च प्राप्य अति सन्तुष्टः जामातुः सहायेन सह प्राप्तं सर्वं नौकासु स्थापितवान् स्वगृहं गतवान् श्री सत्यनारायणः तस्य परीक्षां कर्तुं निश्चयं कृतवान् अतः मुनिरूपं धृत्वा नदीतीरम् आगतवान्
जामातः वयम् अत्यपेक्षं धनं सम्पादितवन्तौ शर्करा यथा पिपीलिकाः आकर्षति तथा धनं चोरान् स्वयम् आह्वयति अतः सावधानो भव
आम् आम् अत्र पश्य
कश्चित् मुनिः आगच्छति। एषः मुनिवेषं धृतवान् कश्चित् चोरः स्यात्, तेन अहं सम्भाषे, भवान् तूष्णीं तिष्ठतु।
मुनिः समीपे आगच्छति।
आयुष्मान् भद्रमस्तु, सर्वं कुशलं वा? किमस्ति नौकायां?
हे ब्राह्मण, किमर्थं पृच्छति? नौकायां बहुमूल्यानि वस्तूनि न सन्ति। मम वस्तूनि अपहर्तुम् इच्छति किम्? नौकायां केवलं लतापत्रादिकमेव विद्यते, अन्यत्र गच्छतु।
लतापत्रादिकम् एव वा? तथास्तु।
मुनिः किञ्चित् दूरं गत्वा ध्याने मग्नः भवति। साधुः नौकां प्रविशति। तत्र लताः पत्राणि च दृष्ट्वा मूर्छितः भवति।
लतापत्रादिकम् अहो किमेतत्? पुनः दौर्भाग्यं। श्वशुर, हे श्वशुर, उत्तिष्ठ।
साधुं प्रबोधयितुं जलेन सिञ्चति। साधुः उत्थितः।
सः कश्चित् महान् मुनिः स्यात्, तेन तं चोरं मत्वा असत्यम् उक्तवान्। मया अपराधः कृतः, सर्वं नष्टं जातम्।
सः दूरं न गतः स्यात्। पश्यतु, सः तत्रैव ध्यानमग्नः वर्तते। शीघ्रं गत्वा क्षमां याचावहे।
आम् आम्, आगच्छतु।
उभौ मुनिं प्रति धावतः तस्य समीपं प्राप्नुतः।
नमस्करोमि मुनिवर्य, मया अपराधं कृतं, कृपया माम् अनुगृह्णातु।
साधो, अश्रुप्रवाहः मास्तु। भवान् श्री सत्यनारायण पूजां करोमि इति संकल्प कृत्वा अपि तेषां पूजां न कृत्वा तस्य कारण दुःखस्य कारणम् अस्ति।
हे प्रभो, अधुना अवगच्छामि, मां पाहि। यानि कानि च पापानि जन्मान्तरकृतानि च तानि सर्वाणि विनश्यन्तु। नारायण रक्ष रक्ष।
श्री सत्यनारायणः साधोः भक्त्या सन्तुष्टः भवति।
साधो, भवान् नौकायां गच्छ, सर्वमङ्गलानि भवन्तु।
साधुः जामाता च पुनः नमस्कारं कृत्वा गच्छतः। मुनिः अपि अदृश्यः भवति।
जामातः, पश्य, पुनः धनं प्राप्तवन्तौ।
नमस्ते अम्ब, भवत्याः पतिः जामातरं च गृहं प्रति आगतः।
ओहो, भाग्यं दीर्घायुष्ये चिरकालं जीवेः।
सत्यनारायण पूजा कुर्वतीं कलावतीं लीलावती पृच्छति।
कलावती, सत्यनारायण पूजा समापितवती किम्? भवत्याः पतिः पिता च इदानीम् आगच्छतः। आवयोः मिलित्वा नदीतीरे तेषां स्वागतं कुर्मः।
मातः मधुरं भणितुं शीघ्रं पूजां करिष्यामः।
कलावती त्वरया पूजां करोति, परन्तु पत्या सह मेलनं चिन्तयति प्रसादं भोक्तुं विस्मरति। मात्रा सह वेगेन नदीतीरं प्राप्नोति। अनेन श्री सत्यनारायणः कुपितः भवति। तस्य मायया जामातुः नौका अदृश्या भवति। कलावती खिन्ना सती रोदिति।
जामातः, भवान् को वा नौका किम् इयमपि श्री सत्यनारायणस्य परीक्षा हे प्रभो अहं प्रतिदिनं प्रतिपौर्णमी श्री सत्यनारायणस्य पूजां करोमि भवतः करुणा भवेत्
हे साधो तव पुत्री पूजायाः प्रसादं न स्वीकृतवती अतः दोषः सञ्जातः
क्षमस्व प्रभु अहम् इदानीमेव गृहं गत्वा प्रसादं स्वीकरोमि
सा शीघ्रं गृहं गच्छति प्रसादं भुक्त्वा नदीतीरं पुनरागच्छति तत्र पति तस्य नौकां च दृष्ट्वा सन्तोषम् अनुभवति सर्वे मिलित्वा गृहम् आगच्छन्ति यथा साधुः संकल्पितवान् तथा ततः श्री सत्यनारायण पूजां कृतवान् सः इहलोकसुखानि सर्वाणि अनुभूय मोक्षं प्राप्तवान् श्री सत्यनारायणाय नमः श्री सत्यनारायणाय नमः श्री सत्यनारायणाय नमः मम नाम विनीत मम सूत्रधारः
मम नाम कृपा
मम नाम प्रवीणः उत्कामकः चन्द्रकेतुः च
मम नाम कार्तिकेयः अहं चोरः दूतः च
मम नाम विश्वनाथः अहं साधुः
मम नाम हिमलः अहं मुनिः
मम नाम निखिलः अहं जामातः
मम नाम दीपिका अहं कलावती मम नाम शैलजा अहं लीलावती मम नाम विदुदा अहं गृहस्वामिनी
मम नाम avahana अहं Balavarga
जय श्री सत्यनारायण
Hari Om, Hari Om. We're going to watch the trailer of the Sri Satyanarayana movie now. Animated movie. It's a very short trailer. Again, everybody remember, make sure you contact me after this that we want to do the real movie show in your mandir, your home, any other place. The movie is only 30 minutes. रूपकं कथमासीत् रूपकं कथमासीत् उत्तमम् इतोपि एक करताडनम्
संसारसागरे विविधानि कष्टानि अनुभवन्ति कथं सर्वे निरामयाः स्युः कुतः उपशमनं प्राप्नुयुः अस्ति कश्चित् सुलभोपायः कश्चित् कुठारिकः काष्ठान् विक्रीय काश्यां जीवनं कल्पयति स्म तस्य कथां शृण्वन्तु तावत्
धावन्तः साधोः अभिमुखम् आगच्छन्ति तेषां पृष्ठतः राजभटकाः अनुधावन्ति साधोः समीपे चौर्यवस्तूनि पातयित्वा चोराः पलायन्ते
चौर्यं कृत्वा आनन्देन विश्रान्तिं कुरुतः गच्छतां पागाम्
कलावती कुत्र गतवती सायङ्कालः सञ्जातः भवती गृहं न प्रत्यागता इति चिन्ताक्रान्ता आसम् चिन्ता मास्तु मातः कुत्रचित् श्री सत्यनारायण पूजा आसीत् पूजा समाप्तिपर्यन्तं स्थितवती अम्मा भवती अपि कविनं श्री सत्यनारायण पूजा प्रसादं स्वीकरोतु
भवान् देवताराधनां न करोति चेदपि साधु किन्तु कृपया श्री सत्यनारायण पूजा प्रसादं स्वीकरोतु
अपसर ओधनसाहसेन किं मां बाधसे अहं किमपि खादितुं न इच्छामि एतं पूजाप्रसादं पक्षिणः खादेयुः
एवं उक्त्वा तुङ्गध्वजः प्रसादं दूरे क्षिपति मन्त्रिणा सह स्वराजभवनं गच्छति तुङ्गध्वजस्य अनुचितं कार्यं तं ज्ञापयितुं भगवान् निश्चयन्ति
इदानीम् अहं शन्तनुमहोदयम् आह्वयामि भारती भगिन्याः let's introduce Bharati Bhagini to everybody. परिचयं कारयतु।
धन्यवाद समीर महोदय। सर्वेभ्यः नमो नमः। मम नाम शन्तनु। अद्य अहम् अतीव सम्मानितः अस्मि यः अस्माकं मान्या अतिथिं प्रस्तुतं करोमि। डॉक्टर श्रीमती भारती वेंकटाचलपति एकः उत्साही आयुर्वेद चिकित्सकः वक्ता शिक्षिका च अस्ति। तस्याः 20 वर्षाणां चिकित्सायाः अनुभवः अस्ति। सा बंगळूरु विश्वविद्यालयतः आयुर्वेद चिकित्साशास्त्रे स्नातक उपाधिं प्राप्तवती। डॉक्टर भारती इंटीग्रेटिव हेल्थ एंड मेडिसिन अकादम्याः इंटीग्रेटिव मेडिसिन मध्ये फेलो अस्ति। सा प्रमाणपत्रधारी इत्युक्ते सर्टिफाइड व्यासयोग शिक्षिका अपि अस्ति। So she has obtained her bachelor's degree in Ayurveda medicine and surgery, that is BAMS, from Bangalore University, Bharat. Dr. Bharati is a fellow in integrative medicine certified Vyasa Yoga instructor. भवती विगत 16 वर्षेभ्यः ऑरेंज काउंटी स्थले चिकित्सां करोति। पाचक समस्या, वजन व्यवस्थापन, स्वास्थ्य भार नियंत्रणं, कर्करोगोत्तर चिकित्सायाः, स्त्री स्वास्थ्यं, प्रजन समस्यायाः, तनाव प्रबन्धनस्य, प्रतिषेध चिकित्सा, विषहरणस्य, दीर्घकालिक शूलस्य प्रबन्धनस्य क्षेत्रे निपुणा अस्ति सा। So Dr. Bharati has been practicing in Orange County for over 16 years, and her areas of expertise is in managing digestive imbalances, healthy weight management, post-oncology integrative care, women's health, fertility issues, stress management, preventive care, and Ayurvedic detoxification and management of the chronic pain. सा Southern California University of Health Sciences नाम्ना विश्वविद्यालये आयुर्वेद शिक्षण प्रपाठिका अस्ति। सा केक स्कूल ऑफ मेडिसिन यूएससी मध्ये आयुर्वेद परिचय वर्गान् अपि शिक्षयति। So she's the Ayurvedic teaching faculty in Southern California University of Health Sciences. She also teaches Ayurveda introductory classes at Keck School of Medicine. स्वस्य व्यापक आयुर्वेद अनुभवेन एकीकृत चिकित्सायाः प्रशिक्षणेन च सा चिकित्सकानां कृते आयुर्वेद परामर्श कार्यक्रम विकसितवती. With her extensive Ayurvedic experience and her training in integrative medicine, she has developed Ayurveda mentorship programs for health practitioners, that is doctors. सा विविधेषु मंचेषु कार्यशालाः व्याख्यानानि च प्रस्तुतवती. यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ सदर्न कैलिफोर्निया विश्वविद्यालये आयुर्वेद अनुसंधान वृत्तया कार्यं कृतवती तथा बहूनि शोधप्रबन्ध प्रकाशनानि सहलेखिका अस्ति. सा हेपेटाइटिस सी चॉइस इति पुस्तकस्य सहलेखिका अपि अस्ति. She has presented workshops and lectures at various integrative medicine platforms. Her passion in research led her to work on Ayurveda research grants at University of Southern California and has co-authored multiple publications on contemporary alternative medicine. She is also co-author of the book Hepatitis C Choices. Dr. Srimati Bharati Venkatachalapati, Rashtriya Ayurveda Chikitsa Sangha, that is National Ayurvedic Medicine Association, NAMA, तथा एकीकृत स्वास्थ्य चिकित्सा अकादमी Academy of Integrative Health and Medicine AIHM इति संस्थाभ्यां सम्बद्धः अस्ति. मम विश्वासः यत् अस्माकं सौभाग्यम् अस्ति या बहुशाखीय चिकित्सा विशेषज्ञा या योग प्रशिक्षिका सा विदुषी अस्माकम् अतिथि अस्ति. अस्मान् सम्बोधयितुं तस्य वयं कृतज्ञाः स्मः. I believe that it is our good fortune that such an expert in multidisciplinary medicine, yoga practitioner, is our guest, and we are thankful for her for addressing us.
Dhanyavadaha. Now I'm so inspired after listening to all of you and just being here in this room with so much beautiful energy. And as soon as I walked in, I could just feel the vibe of that ancient language that's been just amazing experience, I should say. I'm just have to say I'm speechless. Sunita, you should have asked me to do the speech before all this. Now I don't know what to say. Honestly, it's been a great experience for the last couple of hours just being here, and it just inspired me to just I have done Ayurvedic practice for more than 20 years, 25 years now, but so much namaste. But I had to actually look up and see like the dialects of Sanskrit now just when you are doing this, so I had to say a couple of lines before we start. So, if I'm saying it wrong, with all the dialogues you had, so forgive me. Namaste aham atra upasthita asme. Thank you. And yes, thank you for a generous introduction. I greatly appreciate that. So, I don't know what to say about Ayurveda now. You guys did such a great research. Kudos to you. So it was really a great surprise. I didn't expect so much of in-depth research in Ayurveda, and you're already Ayurvedic students, I guess. Thank you for doing that. It made my work even more easier. You already know a bit of Ayurveda. So how many of you, I'm not going to ask you guys, and some of you are also answering at the back on Ayurveda, so I'm not going to ask, which will be my usual starting question. Like, how many of you heard about Ayurveda, or how many of you know about Ayurveda? I guess we have a lot of hands up today. So I'm not going to do that, but I'm sure some of you have experienced it or learned a bit of it. If I had the same question probably at 25 years ago here, then it would be like, what is Ayurveda? How do you even say it, right? But now, because of so much of information that's been on the web, as well as with yoga classes and a lot of spiritual classes, Ayurveda has become more even known to a lot of people, right? So, do you have a, can we go to the next slide, please? The previous one? Thank you. So yes, whoever answered the question on Ayurveda dates back to 5,000 years, that's correct. So even to begin with that journey of Ayurveda, right, dates back to 5,000 years ago. What does Ayurveda actually mean? Now you already also had a question. So now I was rethinking, should I have to like skip all the slides? Because all those questions were on your quiz. So Ayurveda, it says, Ayu meaning life, right? And Veda meaning science. So the knowledge of life is Ayurveda. And it goes back, as I said, thousands of years ago, almost like we don't have exact date, but we kind of go around 5,000 years ago. And it says, what is Ayurveda? What is it? What was the science inclined to? What was its reason behind it? So it says, Hita hitam sukham dukkham ayustasya hita hitam. And I don't have to translate it, you already know now. So manam cha tacha etroktam ayurvedasa uchyate. Meaning that hita hitam sukham dukkham. What is good and not good? Right? Sukham dukkham. What are the goods and bads of our happiness? How do we how do we measure those? The science that talks about conducive, non-conducive, or is sukha, dukkha. Ayustasya hitatam. To have a healthy life, ayush, lifespan. What is the hita? Hita meaning the good, conducive ones. Ahita, what is not so good for you. So the whole science talks about a life that can be led with more healthy style and with disease-free, and it's about even prevention of diseases. So that is the main goal, meaning of that Ayurvedic knowledge of the science. Go to next. So, goals of Ayurveda. And I think here also we learned a little bit from the quiz, but swastasya swastha rakshate aturasya roganut. Right? We always go to doctors. Why? Why do we go to doctors? We have problem, right? So do we want to wait until we have problem? No. So Ayurveda talks about how to take care of yourself and how to do routines and follow certain ahara. In that way you can even prevent getting disease, and much before even starting any disease you can recognize those symptoms and take care of it by yourself at home, right? By following certain regimen. So we call it as dinacharya and ritucharya. Dinacharya is more on a daily routines. How can we do things such simply as like waking up early in the morning, and morning routines we can do, and then also seasonal routines. Every season brings in new challenges, right? As well as changes in our weather conditions, how it affects our body, and how can we manage those by simply following certain routines. So that is our primary goal. Swastasya swastharaksham. Maintaining the health of a healthy individual is our primary goal. Aturasya roganut, meaning that to help the person with the disease. Atura is a patient or a person with a disease. Yes, I was like expecting one more question from your quiz. Panchamahabhutas. But very good. So Panchamahabhuta, Ayurvedic basic principles starts from Mahabhutas, Panchamahabhutas. We all know what Pancha is. What is Pancha? 5, and Mahabhutas are nothing but the great elements that exist around us. I know I already showed the slide, but what are the Panchamahabhutas that you are aware of? What are the elements around us? Air, we breathe. Fire, good. Water? Earth, we are all earth, yes. And what's the one more? Oh my gosh, you got it. It's so hard to get that answer, space. Because it's not perceived through our senses. right? So it's difficult to even to think about space. But those are the Mahabhutas. So we have Akasha, Vayu, Agni, Up and Prithvi Mahabhutas. So these are the basic principles that Ayurveda is based off. It's not just our body composition, but anything that we eat has to have all these Mahabhutas, right? You think about everything that you do around you. There's always those Mahabhutas, right? So what is the Mahabhuta that you're sitting on? Prithvi, right? Yes. And we breathe, we need that oxygen. So we have, yes, good, great. Vayu Mahabhuta. And what is the space? We are in this room, right? We don't see it, we don't perceive, but there is space. Akash, great. And probably food is cooking outside. It probably used some fire element. Agni. That's it. And of course you have water bottle. You need that. Up Mahabhuta. Right? Jala Mahabhuta, Rap Mahabhuta. So this is a basic elements that are needed for a pure existence. And even if there is any imbalances, we use the same Mahabhutas to address them. So this is Mahabhuta theory. And then the doshas. So out of this Mahabhutas comes the doshas. How many of you heard about doshas? Oh my gosh, you had such a great play here with Vata, Pitta and Kapha. And what was the other one? Hitta? The fake one. Hatha. So we don't have the Hatha, but we have Vata, Pitta and Kapha Mahabhutas. Right? So this Vata, Pitta and Kapha are just basically derived from those Mahabhutas. These are bioenergies, right? To make our recognition of our functions in our body more easier, we have Vata, which is predominantly made of or composed of air and space, right? So that is Vata. Vata controls our neuromuscular conditions, our nervous system in the body. It's the one which is responsible for our endocrine system, functioning of our endocrine system, right? Pitta is more of fire and water element, Agni and Jala Mahabhuta. So what does Pitta do? You have fire element in it. What does it do? Oh my God, that's correct. It heats up the body. And what does fire do usually?
You make a food with it.
Yes, and what does it do in the body other than keeping the body warm?
Inside your body keeps you
Yes.
warm.
Digesting the food. Transformation. Right? It helps with transformation of your food into nutrients, energy. Excellent. Yes.
I wanted to add something else for fire. Fire also helps, like, for seeds to spread in forest.
Oh my gosh, that's so true. He says it also helps to create a fire in the forest. Oh, the seeds. It disperses the seeds. Yeah, like Vayu Mahabhut.
Gives you clean oxygen to breathe.
Oh, the Vayu, that's very good. That's true. And that's what it does in our body too. It helps you to get that oxygen to every cell in the body. Right? That's correct. So that's the Vayu, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. Kapha is earth and water. What is earth and water? What comes to your mind? Earth and water. Yes.
Ocean.
Ocean, yes. Farming. Water bodies. Yes. Plants, trees, right? Vegetation. But earth and water becomes what? When it combines. Yes, but mud, right? So when it becomes mud, it is heavy, it is dense, it is sluggish, right? It's also the one which helps holds up your bones, makes your bones strong, right? How does it, like if it is air element, it can't make it strong, right? It would be very brittle. But earth and water makes your bones strong. It gives you good muscles. It makes your skin moist, right? That is all the kapha. Gives you more like grounded, right? Yes.
If you have too much kapha, you can also get sick.
I'm going to come to that. What it happens if it's out of balance. Thank you. Do you all relate to this? So we have Vata, Pitta and Kapha. All of you did a good job in demonstrating what those means. At the same time, when all these bioenergies, each one of us have these bioenergies in us, right? You need Vata, you need Pitta, you need Kapha. But based on the predominance of these elements, our body is really formed into different prakritis. Like Prakriti, what does Prakriti translates to? Nature, your inner nature. So just like in Western medicine, how we relate it to DNA profile. Why do we need to know DNA profile? Now we'll ask some others. We've done such a good job. Now let's ask the others. Why do we need to know the DNA profiling? Adults are quiet.
To know our roots, to know our ancestors.
To know our roots, ancestors, yes. You're a genius. Oh my gosh. Which grade are you in? Oh my gosh, you should be in 12th. Good job. Exactly. So DNA profiling helps us to know what conditions we may be prone to in future so we can take actions to even prevent it, right? Western medicine is more related to let's see what our, the genetics is and what our challenges are and probably come up with some prescriptions. Ayurveda, thousands of years ago I'm talking about, right? Thousands of years ago we had a concept called Prakriti. Analysis of your body constitution, what your whole body makeup is. By knowing your body makeup is like having a manual, owner's manual, right? Okay, this is my body makeup. I have more pitta or more vata or kapha. And what food should I eat and what vihara should I do, lifestyle, so I can stay healthy. It's not about just knowing the diseases, but also routines that we can do to prevent the diseases. So that is the Prakriti. So we have vata, pitta and kapha Prakriti. Meaning Vata predominant. We have Vata, Pitta, Kapha, all the doshas, but predominantly with Vata. It's like type A personality. How many of you relate to Vata Prakriti or know siblings? It's like, I think that is Vata Prakriti. Right? Who's always on the go. Who's like wants to do active all the time. That's Vata Prakriti. Pitta Prakriti are like a medium build. They are like happy, not always. I would say they are the people who can perceive things easily, comprehend things faster because of the fire element. The medium built and also at the same time the diseases not much because they are burn the food easy with the fire element. So they are always in a more of a medium, moderate stage of health. Kapha on the hand is the one which is, do you see the person? You can't move him, right? Well rooted and well grounded. So that is a kapha. So kapha prakriti individuals are the ones who usually tend to be on the heavy side. It's not that they eat and they gain weight, even not much eating, they easily try to gain weight because of the earth element in them. So now once you know about the body types, then you can relate to, this is why this person behaves certain way, right? Tell this example, I'm sure every one of you are done the 405 driving. Have you anyone not done 405 driving? Freeway? And I'm sure kids driving with their parents know what the freeway is like. So let's give an example to understand these prakritis, right? Now you tell me, when you're driving on the freeway, what a typical Vata Prakriti individual would be like, the driver? Fast? Alert? Vata will be alert? Okay. Anybody else? Driving individuals?
Aggressively changing lanes and trying to get ahead.
I would take changing lanes. I'm not sure how aggressive with Vata so much, but they're not very sure, right? Very uncertain. Because just like Vata. Yes, that is the Pitta. But as an individual, they always keep changing the lanes. Like you will get annoyed. Oh my gosh, this guy was in the last third lane, and now he's in the first lane, and he never makes up in mind. That is a Vata. right? Pitta Prakriti. Now tell me, there's aggressiveness comes there. And what else?
The person will try to do the same thing as Vata, but he will also remain neutral at the same time.
Okay, I'll take part of it. Pitta will be the one who will be like honking, right? You're going in your 65, 75, trying to be on your safe side of your driving, but the person behind you has got second lane, is wide open, but he wants his first lane and he wants to move out of the in front of him. Do you see that? Right? I'm sure we all met that Pitta. So that is the Pitta people. Aggressive, so you don't have to be taking anything personally there. It's just that Pitta is off. Kapha. It would be nice if they're on the fourth lane. Unfortunately, they don't do that. They go in the first lane in their 40 or 50 miles, and the Vata will be changing the lanes, trying to get their attention. It doesn't bother them. Pitta will honk, trying to curse. Nothing bothers because they're smiling. They're enjoying the music. That's a Kapha. Kapha are happy-going people. Nothing bothers them. It has to really take a mountain to push them and to get them upset. Okay? So that is a Vata and Pitta and Kapha Prakriti. Isn't it interesting on how thousands of years ago they kind of, I'm just giving the 4 or 5 freeway, but there's so many examples you can relate. Husband and wife example, if I may. So the husband, the Pitta husband, he is like, okay, we got a movie ticket. The movie is at 6:30. We need to be there. Don't know what time? At maybe 5:45 for Pitta, because they have to be on time. They cannot be late. They'll predict all kinds of traffic hazards that can happen. So they have to get to the trailer. They have to be there. Well, the Kapha wife, what can she do? It's not her problem. It's a Kapha in her. She's like, come on, it's at 6:30, right? You can leave at 6:15. Procrastinating. Right? It's only like 5 miles. She'll calculate the most relaxed possible time. So that is, and then they will end up having an argument. Pitta's like, I'm going to cancel this because if I'm not going to be able to watch the trailer, this is not going to work for me. Kapha is like, yes, we will go. Give me 5 minutes. 5 minutes. And the 5 minutes get into 6:25. If they're lucky to end up the movie. But that's the thing. So don't take the spouses personally. It's their Vata, Pitta and Kapha. Let them do it. So that's the Ayurvedic thing, is to understand each other. It's not just about doctor and patient, but individually in social life, right? To understand each other better. And you can do better. I'm not saying Kapha should not do better. They can just do better. Yeah. Tridanda. So all these Prakriti types that we know, now we have to also understand what is this life based on. It's based on the 3 pillars. What are the 3 pillars? Tatra upastamba iti ahara swapno brahmacharyamiti. Right? Ahara swapna brahmacharya. I mean, it is going to take, it will be not fair if I just take over so much time, because ahara is a big, huge, vast area that we can just talk so much all day. I'm not going to do that, but ahara in Ayurveda starts from kitchen. Everything, of course, we start in kitchen. Ayurveda begins in kitchen itself, because that's where the main stamba or the pillar. We are what we eat, aren't we? If you ate a big burger, pizza, and a dessert to go with, will you be able to sit up in your class and listen to the math lecture? You would rather want a space to sleep in, right? If you ate like hot, spicy burrito, what do you want to do? Do you want to smile and talk to your friends, or do you go like, don't bother me? So food is like that. What we eat is how it affects our body and mind, right? So it says, And one of you, I think Atharv was talking about the definition of the food from Bhagavad Gita, right? That's exactly what he talks about in Ayurveda, references from Bhagavad Gita in Charaka Samhita. So it says, Ishta Varna Gandha Rasa Sparsham. Ishta means what, like that we like, right? Conducive, with or pleasant. Varna Gandha, how many of you actually have sat down at your table, looked at the colors of your food, smelt it, felt it with your hands, than a spoon or a fork, right? You always, that's excellent. I said you're an Ayurvedic student and you'll definitely be good. But that is what Ayurveda talks about, is to engage your senses in relishing the food so your digestive system will be strong and you'll not have any of the digestive challenges. All those challenges that we see now with allergies, food allergies. Oh my gosh. 10 years before, we didn't have all these allergies that we talk about. People eat a little bit of nuts for 10 days or 10 months and they have food allergies. They have lactose allergies, they have intolerance, gluten intolerance. It goes on, the list goes on, and then my patients are like, what am I supposed to eat? Right? Allergic, and then they do a food allergy panel nowadays. Everything, as soon as I have some stomach problem, they go run to the allergists, they do the food allergy panel. Almost everything, including rice, is in the allergy list. They have to just drink water and air. Right? Why are we experiencing all those food challenges? That's because how we eat, what kind of food that we consume, and also how our mental state is when we are having this food. And in Ayurveda, the whole chapter actually talks about, section, few chapters, Annavidi chapter. It talks about all, what kind of food should be eating, and what ages and what prakritis should have different types of food, right? And what is conducive and non-conducive for each individual. Seasons-wise, what kind of food should be consuming. So that's all mentioned in Ayurveda. If you follow those things, I don't think you should be having all these allergies. We should be embracing the food that we eat and relishing it, right? Food is aharam. The relationship that we have with food should be so pleasant. You should not have the fear before we eat. In restaurants I've seen, they look at the menu, ingredients in the menu now. They have already started putting the ingredients in the menu because so many allergies are around. So if they first look at the ingredients, is it anything allergic that I cannot eat or cannot eat? That's become our fate now, right? The relationship with food should be so pleasant that it should bring in the prana, energy, life force, and not fear. The minute you have fear before you put the food in your mouth, you're already creating inflammation in your body. Your enzymes are already going havoc. Oh my gosh, this is sending signal to your brain. This can be dangerous, alert, right? So we have to be careful with that. And in Ayurveda, the last one. Shadrasas are very important, 6 days, right? Madhuramna, Lavana, Katutikta, Kashaya. I'm sure you're all familiar with all the rasas except for the Tikta, bitter. Nobody wants to eat bitter. But in Ayurveda, all the 6 days will bring in proper nutrition to the body. Again, I don't want to go much deeper. So this is what I was talking about. Food as we are what we eat. And that talks a lot about it. And the sleep. Sleep, Nidra is again a big chapter in Ayurveda on when we should sleep, how we should sleep, and the manasthiti or the mind before we go to bed, all those matters. The purpose of the sleep is to have the detachment to a certain extent. If we go to bed, before we go to bed, we are watching a movie, we are watching some kind of engaging our senses with something that is more stimulating. There is no detachment. There's more of engaging that throughout your sleep, and that's why when you wake up in the morning, you feel still tired. In Ayurveda, it is not number of hours you sleep. It's about the energy that you have for the next day when you wake up. My question to my patients is with the sleep, how are you waking up in the morning? Are you waking up tired? I don't ask how many hours. Because somebody can sleep for 10 hours and still wake up tired, right? So each prakriti has their own number of hours. Like Vata prakriti, they need more hours, but they cannot sleep for long hours. Pitta, they feel like it's waste of time sleeping, right? And Kapha loves sleep, but they're still not content with it. So different prakritis have different standpoint on the sleep. Brahmacharya from Ayurvedic perspective is just detachment of our senses and to avoid overly indulgence of our senses. And definition from Ayurveda, I love this definition in WHO talked about Ayurveda, talked about health as probably 25, 30 years ago. The definition was disease-free. Somebody with a disease-free is considered as healthy person. Ayurveda, again, thousands of years ago, they defined health as samadosha samagnisha samadhatu malakriyaha prasanna atma indriya swastya vidhiyate. Person with healthy tissues, person with healthy doshas, balanced doshas, healthy excretory system, your movements, your bowel movements, your urination, everything has to be, sweat has to be in normal function. Prasanna atma mana indriya swastya vidhiyate, meaning the pleasant state of mind, senses and atma, all has to be pleasant to experience a proper health, a balanced health. So that is about the health. Just to wind up before we conclude, Dinacharya for us will be waking up a certain time. Yes, that looks at, oh, should I wake up at 5, 5:30? 4 o'clock, 4:30 is a Brahma Muhurta in Ayurveda. If you want to don't want to spend 4 hours in studying Manana, if you do even half an hour, 45 minutes of that study in the morning, that's the best way you can absorb. The comprehension will be so good. Right? So that is the early morning muhurta. Waking time, waking up your senses, not just run out of the bed with the alarm clock. Right? Otherwise you're scared throughout the day, you're awakened with those. Evacuation, bowel movements every day, waking up and having a bowel release is very important. And then cleaning your face, eyes, teeth, tongue, drinking a glass of warm water, so that you are flushing your kidneys, your organs, right? Keep a habit of drinking a glass of water. I know when you go to school, you guys don't even drink water. I know that. You do? But at least start your day with a glass of hot water or warm water, or even room temperature water. Good job. And you walk, exercise, have some vyayama every day. That is very important to get your organs some exercises. Oil massage helps in keeping you grounded. It will help you to maintain that immune system also. So just a warm sesame oil, right? You have that access at home, anywhere. Just apply on your hands, feet, maybe on the scalp, 3 times or 4 times a day. If you can, 3 or 4 times a week. If possible, you can do every day, that will be even good. So that will be all these things before your breakfast, not after breakfast. Okay? So that's how you start your day, and that will help you to, this is part of the daily routines for prevention. If there is any challenges, then we always add few things to, modify a few things, but otherwise that is general for everyone throughout the year. Do you have 2 minutes? Okay. No. Next. So I thought I was concluding, but this is the conclusion slide. So again, we learned so much today, right? From, my God, Rakta Phala, tomatoes. That was amazing. I learned that today. So we learned about all these vegetables and fruits, and we learned about, thank you for taking us on a pilgrimage tour with amazing presentation. So we learned about all this wonderful information about taking care of yourself, not just with Ayurveda, but also Sanskrita. Sanskrita has the ancient, it starts probably even in Indus Valley civilization, during Indus Valley civilization, right? We have references as early as Indus Valley civilization. We have references of that as Ayurvedic principles in Rigvedic period, references. However, Ayurveda emerged as a science in Atharva period, the 4th period of Vedic. So all these years we have this knowledge. Our ancestors told us about it, right? Our ancients, they had the knowledge, but the only way that they could explain was in the form of religious practices. And which did not sit in with everyone the same way. And then we said, oh, that is a Udo medicine or a folklore medicine. Oh, this is grandma's medicine. And then we left behind, conveniently. But guess what? At this age, I'm seeing my gastroenterologist friend recommending idlis, fermented idlis, rice cakes are good for you because that's good for your gut microbiome. Woo, idlis back in place now, right? And buttermilk. Oncologists recommending ginger tea, which our grandma said, take ginger tea for your digestion. We didn't follow that. Now the oncologists are saying, so we follow that. Gastroenterologists are talking about the fermented food, we're following that. So sometimes it has to come from Shankam. Doesn't matter, but still, as long as we follow it now, right? So Ayurveda talks about the healing is in and around us. It's always like at home, creating that vibe at home, energy at home in terms of some rituals, routines that always helps. There's a story on, you guys want to listen to the story? Story of Jivaka. Jivaka is one of the Ayurvedic scholars who actually treated Lord Buddha. So he was the chief physician for Buddha. So he was a very honest and humble student of his guru. So one day his guru calls all the students assemble, like they didn't have like classroom, right? It was in a forest, woods, and everybody were like chosen by the teacher who can learn from them. They had to be very disciplined. So they calls all the students and he says, today you have an assignment to do. Not writing anything, but they said, go into the woods and get herbs or some or plants or trees, whatever, that doesn't have any medicinal value. My gosh, enthusiastic students that run to the forest, woods, right? And within half an hour, some students come with a big, handful of herbs and shrubs. And some, after 1 hour, 2 hours, like all the students starts coming back with something in their hand. And then Jivaka is nowhere to be seen. And everybody starts gossiping among themselves. This guy, this is really dumb. He's taking forever. He's making us wait for this long, almost in the evening. He doesn't turn up. Finally, he shows up. And how? Empty-handed. And everybody starts laughing and making fun of him. Like, it took so long, and you did not come with a single thing in your hand? And the guru asked him, Jivaka, tell me why you didn't bring anything with you. Did you find anything? He says, Gurudeva, I couldn't find a single existence of any herbs or plants that doesn't have any medicinal value. Even a grass has medicinal value. Medicinal value is good for the urinary system, for peeing. So the bottom line is everything around us, the existence, they have medicinal value. It's all about how we utilize it, how we use it. Even water is therapeutic, at the same time it becomes toxic if it's taken excess. And that leads us to the next slide of balance is a key. Moderation is the key, right? It's a saying, Ati Amrita Visham, right? Water, when it's taken in moderation, it's good. When it's taken in excess, it becomes toxic. Your electrolytes depletes and a person can lose balance, right? Even the nectar becomes toxic when it's taken in excess. So with this keynote, I would love to conclude and thank you for being a great listeners, and you guys especially for being great listeners. And my last line, Amantrayitum aham dhanyam vadami. I have to do that. Thank you so much. Thank you for inviting.
For such an engaging audience and engaging conversations, we were really blessed to have you here. Thank you, and this is just a total appreciation.
Thank you.
Hari Om. I would like to invite Hari Om, Seetaramji and Vishwanathji to recite Yati Suktam. After that, I will introduce Puja Swamiji.
न कर्मणा न प्रजया धनेन त्यागेनैके अमृतत्वमानशुः परेण नाकन्निहितं गुहायां विभ्राजते तद्यतयो विशन्ति वेदान्तविज्ञानसुनिश्चितार्थाः सन्न्यासयोगाद्यतयः शुद्धसत्त्वाः ते ब्रह्मलोके तु परान्तकाले परामृतात् परिमुच्यन्ति सर्वे दह्रं विपापं परमेष्वभूतं यत्पुण्डरीकं पुरमध्यसर्गस्थं तत्रापि दह्रं गगनं विशोकस्तस्मिन् यदन्तस्तदुपासितव्यं यो वेदादौ स्वरः प्रोक्तो वेदान्ते च प्रतिष्ठितः तस्य प्रकृतिलीनस्य यः परः स महेश्वरः.
Dhanyavada. Tyage Naikena. So, what we'll see is the representation of Tyaga here. That was the gist of the shloka. Asmakam Sanide Swami Nirbhayananda Saraswati Atra Asti iti Asmakam Saubhagyaha. Aham Lagu Parichayam Dadami. Swamiji Idanim Swami Shri Ramakrishna Vivekananda Kendra Gadag Uttara Karnatakasya Adhyakshah Asti, Samstapakah api Asti. Saha Shikshana Kshetre Aneka Karyam Krutavan. He's done a lot of work in education field. You will hear some of it. Basically, he runs a lot of schools, hostels in northern part of Karnataka and other parts. He's Swamiji Aneka Vishwa Samstasu, a lot of world organization he has represented, including 4th religious conference, World Conference on Religion, which happened in Barcelona. Swamiji was representing Hindu Dharma. So, Asmakam Saubhagya, without further delay, I would like to invite Swamiji to give a Ashirvad.
Janani Sharadam Devi Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapatme Tayoshritva Pranamami Mahurmaha Namashri Yatirajaya Vivekananda Suraye Swachit Sukhaswarupaya Swamine Tapaharine Mokam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yat Krupa Tamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam Vireshwarananda Dayamrtadhyam Sri Ranganathancha Vijnana Bhanum Chidananda Rupa Sri Purushottamariyam Dhyayan Hrudisthan Krutilam Hyavaimi. Sriman Venkatesh ji, Sister Smita, Vidya Sagarji, Aruna, and all my dear friends. I am so happy that I have been asked by Vidya Sagar, Venkatesh Ji and all people associated with this Samskrita Bharati organization to say a few words about the glory and the greatness of the language Sanskrit. Who invented Sanskrit language? How at all it came into existence? This is an enigmatic question. It is not possible for anyone to say definitely and exactly when and how it saw the light of the day. Devanagari script is the script that today we use for expressing things in Sanskrit. But Sanskrit language itself, I think, doesn't have any beginning. Script must have been invented some 5,000 years ago. 5,000 years ago, 6,000 years ago. We Indians, we are not that much particular about keeping records. Because our definition of history is altogether different from the definition of history that Westerners hold. We don't go by events. We go by the effects of the events, the consequences of the events. Events themselves have never interested us. This is how the historical perspective of an Indian is. Ramayana becomes history for us. Mahabharata becomes history. What happened in the life of Tom, Dick and Harry, even though an exact record of how things happened in the life of these people, will never command the status of history in Indian perspective. So, Devanagari Lipi must have come into existence some 5,000 years ago, 6,000 years ago, we don't know, but thousands of years, millennia before that, Sanskrit has been in existence. Samskrita Bhasha has been in existence. I think the day Vedas were seen by the rishis, that very day Sanskrit came to be known to the mankind. We know the definition of the word rishi. Rishi means mantra drashtara, the one who saw the mantram. How he saw? He didn't hear mantra. Rishis are not called as mantra shrotru. They are not known as, we don't call them as mantra shrotru, rather we call them mantra drashtara. He saw the mantra. How he saw? He didn't hear it. He didn't hear any sound. He didn't hear the sound of the mantra, rather he saw mantra. To see mantra, it is very, very much necessary that it should be written in some language. It must have been written in some language. What is the language in which it was written? And how the Rishi himself knew about it? This is a question that assumes a lot of importance when we talk and think about subjects of the present kind. So, mantra must have been presented in the form of a Sanskrit word or a sentence or something of that sort. All in Agdime, Purohitam, right from there, up to the last word in Atharva Veda, or the last word in the Upanishad pertain, because Vedas have their own ways of getting themselves developed. The evolution of Vedas is a very mysterious and very interesting subject. First Samhitas came, then came Brahmanas, then came Aranyakas, then came Upanishads, and every Upanishad is attached to a particular Veda. Rigveda has several Upanishads, like that we have. The first mantra in the Rigveda, Agdime Purohitam, from there to the last mantra in Atharva Veda, or last mantra in the Upanishad belonging to Atharva Veda, all these things have been there in Sanskrit only. And everything has been seen except in Upanishads. Perhaps in Upanishads we see discussions taking place among groups of so many saints, so many rishis. One group of rishis putting forth one view and another group putting forth another view. Lot of churning taking place, rational discussions taking place. Each and everyone was so passionate about arriving at some conclusion that is acceptable for logic, that is acceptable for your experience not only in the waking state, your experience even in the Turiya state, the transcendental state. Lot of verification has taken place. By the time Buddha came on the socio-spiritual scene of India, we had a mass of literature. We had a huge literature that dealt with, as Professor Bharati was saying, that dealt with everything of interest for man in his earthly sojourn. Not only things of interest for earthly sojourn, even things that are of interest afterwards also, beyond earthly existence also. In fact, more of Upanishads, they deal with life after death. They also deal with life before death. They more deal with rather life after, what happens to a man after he dies. That is the fundamental question that arises in Kathopanishad. In the whole of Upanishads, there is one main theme. The theme being how to overcome that menace that we call as death. As long as there is a challenge, there is a threat in the form of death, which no one has been able to face and successfully overcome. No one so far has been able to face and successfully overcome the threat that is called as death. Kathopanishad deals with death. Bhagavad Gita, in the beginning itself, it deals with death. Unless and until a philosophy deals with death, I am sure it lacks the profundity that it is supposed to have. Therefore, Upanishad mainly deals with the existence. How the existence is there for man. Death is the termination of our existence, or is there any existence even beyond, and what would be his life afterwards. So like that, in Sanskrit language, we have all these subtle issues pertaining to the human existence, pertaining to human glory, pertaining to human excellence, how to achieve human excellence, how to achieve human glory. No man is glorious unless and until he is free from all threats, unless and until he is victorious in every battle that he engages himself in. And perhaps the one invincible thing that every man has come across so far in life, except Indian seers, Indian rishis and all that, the greatest threat has been death only. How to overcome even that? As long as man, you are caught up in the limitations of time. If time kills you, if time puts an end to your existence, if space limits your existence, if causation binds you, whereby you are not able to go beyond certain implications of the cause which presently you are caught up in, what sort of freedom is that? And remember everywhere one constant refrain that runs continuously through the whole of the Vedic literature is freedom, freedom, freedom. Mukti, mukti, mukti and mukti. And what is mukti? A state whereby you don't care for space. You can be anywhere. At your will, you can be at the other end of the universe, if there is any end at all for the universe. Space doesn't limit you to any particular coordinate. This is the place that has X coordinate, Y coordinate, Z coordinate. You are in three-dimensional space. This is the space you are confined to. Everywhere else, you are not supposed to find. You can't find yourself anywhere else except the space that presently you are confined to. That is the limitation put forth on you by the space. If you are bound by space, what sort of freedom you have got? Therefore, how many discussions, lengthy discussions have taken place through the Upanishadic days, in the era of Upanishads. What is Sukham? What is Sukham? What is, as long as you can't catch hold of the Bhuma, Yovai Bhuma Tat Sukham, Na Alpe Sukham Asti. Unless and until you have caught hold of that Bhuma, there is no Sukham for you. You have only shadow of Sukham, Chaya of Sukham, and not real Sukham. Alpa, as long as you are after Alpa, as long as your possession is Alpa, there is no Sukham for you. Yovai Bhuma Sukham Asti, Na Alpe. Yovai Bhuma Sukham Asti, Na Alpe. And what is that Bhuma? One that is beyond space, beyond time, and beyond causation is Bhuma. Anything that is limited by space, time, and causation is Alpa. All these discussions have taken place where? These discussions today are present for us. In which medium? Sanskrit, Sanskrit, Sanskrit. Anything of interest, anything of profound interest, anything of relevance, anything that deals with the growth of man in all perspective, in every sense of the term, The growth of man, not in limited sense, growth of man in every sense of the term. If at all you want to know about, no other way than to take recourse to the literature that is there in Sanskrit language. Only the other day, the successor of Albert Einstein, John Wheeler, a Nobel laureate, an ardent disciple of Niels Bohr, a great figure in physics, modern physics. Other day, this John Wheeler, while working in Princeton University, he is known for making some great statement about Upanishadic literature. You know, what does he say? He says, I think the seers of India knew it all. Mark every word of mine. I think the seers of India knew it all. If you can simply translate into our language what they have in their own, we would have answers for all our questions. Because the final answer for quantum physics came from India, perhaps, you know. If you have any exposure, if you have any familiarity with physics, when there was a riddle between Einstein and Heisenberg and Einstein, they were caught up in a sort of strife. Einstein would never agree for the uncertainty philosophy in physics. God does not play dice. Famous statement put forth by Einstein, for which the giant that came from guru of Heisenberg, Niels Bohr, was, well, Mr. Einstein, it is none of the business of us that we have to dictate to God as to how he must run the universe. It is none of our business to dictate to God as to how he must run the universe. Everything is uncertain. That was the conclusion that modern physics came to some 100 years ago, 80 years ago. It remained a riddle, it remained an unsolvable issue as long as Einstein was alive. The final answer came from Rabindranath Tagore. Tagore said, yes, the fundamental material of which the universe is made, for which you all have been searching, the whole scientific community in the West, the material for which you all have been searching so far is of the nature that it is uncertain, which we Indians call as Maya. And Maya evades all definitions. You cannot define Maya. Shankara puts it so beautifully in the Viveka Chudamani. Sannapi, Asannapi, Ubhayatmikano. About Maya, he gives a beautiful description that appears as though that is a Sanskrit translation of uncertainty principle of Heisenberg. Heisenberg's uncertainty principle appears as though it is the English translation of Shankara's Maya philosophy. Sannapi, Asannapi, Ubhayatmikano, Sangapi, Anangapi, Ubhayatmikano, Bhinnapi, Abhinnapi, Ubhayatmikano. And what is the conclusion? Mahadbhuta, Anirvachaniya Rupa, that is Mithya. Mithya means Anirvachaniya. Anirvachaniya means undefinable, uncertain. And they all mean one and the same. What I mean to say, all treasures, the most profound things pertaining to physics is in Sanskrit language. Modern day physics is in Sanskrit. Modern day evolutionary theory is in Sanskrit. When Warren Hastings arrived on the soil of India as Governor General for, robbing of all the wealth of India, his friend also had come by name William Jones, who knew more than 25 languages. He came as perhaps a member of jury that had accompanied Warren Hastings from England, all the way from England to Calcutta, where they had the Supreme Court during those times. They wanted to translate Manusmriti into English because that was a Hindu law. Hindu law was Manusmriti, Islam law, Muslim law is different. India is composed of Hindus and Muslims. Hindus must be given judgments based on the light they have about their traditional law codes, such as Manusmriti and all that, and therefore Manusmriti had to be translated into English. And there was a need for the British to learn Sanskrit. And William Jones was the right person to learn Sanskrit and bring about the translation of all the Manusmriti into English, in the course of which, while he was there in the process of learning Sanskrit language, he learned a little bit of it. Out of interest, he set his eyes upon things like Bhagavad Gita and Shakuntalam, Upanishads and all those things. He evinced some interest to study all these things. And after some time, he approached Warren Hastings and gives a beautiful, what I should say, a counseling. I call it a counseling. He gives a counseling to Varna Hastings when he said, "See Hastings, we have come here to rob of the wealth of India. But you know where is the real wealth? It is in Sanskrit literature. The real wealth is in Sanskrit literature. Million times more than gold, silver, or what not that we have in India in the form of material wealth. It is okay, fine. You have to take it off to England. But any number of times more than the value of that wealth, we have profound wisdom about the sort of which we have never heard of, we have never known of in the history of our country in the Sanskrit language. That we have to first take to England. At the behest of this William Jones, Warren Hastings took all the initiatives to start an organization in Calcutta which today even exists, and that is Asiatic Society. Go to Calcutta, you will find Asiatic Society. And the man responsible for the establishment of that organization is William Jones, an Englishman. Warren Hastings helped that like anything. Translation started taking place. People started seeing New Year things which they never had dreamt of. Sanskrit became the birthplace for all valuable things, wisdoms, pearls of wisdoms. No one ever knew. And there was a feeling among Europeans, just as Renaissance brought about a revolution in Europe, these Asiatic societies, all these Asiatic societies, they are bringing about a New Year revolution all over the Western world. Western scholars started feeling like that. People like Carlyle, Thomas Carlyle, etc., they went into the deep study of Bhagavad Gita. Carlyle gifted one Bhagavad Gita to Emerson. Emerson read that like anything, and his interest in that Concord movement increased, and that is a result of the so-called Concord movement, transcendental movement, American thought, American cultural renaissance, etc. At one point of time, American thinkers say, whatever transcendental movement that we have in America has German father and Indian mother. German thoughts and Indian thoughts combined together is what today the Concord movement based on which American culture exists. American culture has been evolved. Like that, I am just giving you a sample of how things of interest, things of value, all have been encapsulated in that wonderful medium, in that wonderful world, which you can call as Sanskrit language. Right from the Rigvedic Rishi, who made himself familiar with the Sanskrit language right from that time, through Kalidasa, through Valmiki, up to the recent most, you can say Ganesha Avahana of Bangalore, who has composed one Mahakavyam recently in Sanskrit. The journey of Sanskrit towards more and more of the glory that it could command has been there. It is there on the march. So it is good that people here, you have taken so much of interest to make this language popular, to make this known to all, and also to make the glory that is associated with this language known to all, so that you will make a sincere and honest effort for knowing more and more of that, which is really a must. There was a no in India that Sanskrit should be made as national language. Unfortunately, when the bill was passed in Parliament, the bill was defeated by just one vote. Even Ambedkar was so much emphatic that Sanskrit should be made national language. Unfortunately, certain political figures who were of very much dominance during those times, they were reluctant to make Sanskrit national language, and therefore it had to be put to the process of making it passed as a bill in the Parliament. Yeah, and in that process, it could not have all the momentum and the popularity and the majority that it was supposed to in order to become an act. So it remained as bill only and could not become an act. Anyway, all said and done, it's a great, even Jawaharlal Nehru goes to the extent of saying the greatest of treasures that India possesses is Sanskrit literature and all that it possesses. And all that it possesses. The Asiatic Society came into existence exclusively for that purpose. Its branch was opened in London, its branch was opened in Moscow, its branch was opened in Paris, everywhere. All the leading and major cities of Europe have started having branches of this Asiatic Society. Upanishads, Shakuntalam, Ramayana, Bhagavad Gita, and all these things got translated and they got themselves circulated among the intellectual sections of Western society. Vedic rishis, as I said, they left They left no issue untouched. For example, this very William Jones, at one point of time, has made an observation. I quote him. What he says is, without meaning to pluck, so beautifully he has put it, without meaning to pluck a single leaf from the never fading laurels of our immortal Newton. See the language. Without meaning to pluck a single leaf from the never fading laurels of our immortal Newton, I can say that the major part of his philosophy and the whole of his theology is already found in Rigveda Samhita. The whole of Newton's philosophy has been there in Rigveda Samhita. Rigveda has this gravitational philosophy, and the other day Russian scientist, while giving foreword to his own work that dealt with Big Bang theory, has put it very clearly. The very first sentence in the foreword that was written by the author himself, from the book written by himself, the Russian scientist. The first sentence in the foreword runs, this theory was known to ancient Indians. And that he was saying about the Big Bang theory. This theory was known to ancient Indians. So like this, friends, Indians knew way before Buddha's emergence. They knew anything of interest, academic interest, or interest of any sort. They knew things of interest. They all have stored up in Sanskrit. If we can peep into it, if we can dig into it, and make ourselves familiar with the beauties that are there lying in Sanskrit language, I think that is going to enrich our life a lot, which otherwise we cannot achieve. And that is the easiest way, easiest means, effective means, whereby we can make our lives richer and richer. And after all, that is the goal of life. Life should become richer, life should become more meaningful. That is the greatness, that is the beauty of this Sanskrit language. I have been asked to talk about only 15 minutes, and I bargained to Venkatesh for 5 minutes more, and I think it is 20 minutes. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Dhanyawad, Swamiji. So, I'd like to thank Bhanubai of Gayatri Chaitanya Center for giving us this great opportunity. We have been conducting classes here every week because of help from Gayatri Chaitanya Center. Thank you so much. And Dhanyawad Swamiji and Dhanyawad Bharati. So before we conclude, we'd like to say Shanti Mantra.
Somebody wants to read Shanti Mantra. Shanti Mantra. Anybody wants to
Picture? We'll take picture outside. Atharv, Avishad.
So much.
Yeah. Before a bag, you have bag? No, I don't want to. No, I mean.
You will say the Shanti Mantra now. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukha Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Okay. Now we'll say Bhojana Mantram before we eat. Brahmarpanam Brahmavihi Brahmagno Brahmanahutam Brahmaiva Tena Gantavyam Brahma Karma Samadhina Aham Vaishwanaro Bhutva Praninam Dehamashritah Pranapana Samayuktah Pachamyantam Chaturvidham Annapurne Salapurne Shankara Pranavallabhe Jnana Vairagya Siddhyartham Bhiksham Dehi Cha Parvati.
Bhojana will be outside. Bhojana will be served outside. Make sure everybody stay for prasad. Okay? Oh, we'll have to take a picture. Of course, everybody please come. I've also requested Puja Swamiji to join us for the picture. While we are gathering here, today at 6:30 in Irvine Mandir, Puja Swamiji will be giving a lecture on spirituality at Irvine Mandir today at 6:30.